Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for the third game today. Game number 6 of 9. Raising money for Extra Life here. I am Emma, Homily on the internet. I am your Galaxy Master, is what this game system calls it. I use she, they pronouns. I would like my cast to introduce themselves and also the basics of who their characters are. As a reminder to my players, I put the order into Discord chat, but we are starting with Kay.
Hi everyone, I'm Kay Phoenix on the internet. I'm going to be playing Selenu, our Asari Vanguard medic.
Very nice. Chris.
Hey everybody, I'm Master Poet 16. I will be playing our Krogan gunner named Erdnot Char.
Fabulous. Satan.
Hi, I am Satan. I use she, her pronouns, and today I will be playing the lovely Rala Rasul, our favorite Korean engineer.
Excellent.
She uses she, her.
She's a she, her. Yeah, we go from Satan to Pope. Pope, introduce yourself.
Pope, but not anti-Pope. At least
Yeah.
said. Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Build on all the socials. Playing today our token human soldier pilot, Victor Caveman Grace.
Excellent. All right, Shinobi.
Hey everybody, it is Shinobi back at it once again, playing Diamat Hakis, Drell Sentinel.
Excellent. Last but certainly not least, Colin, our captain.
What's up? I'm Colin, or Colin Amicon on internet places. I use they and or he pronouns. Take your choice. And I'm going to be playing Aurelian Karaja, your Turian engineer, and as Emma mentioned, Captain, my captain.
Excellent stuff. So this is my crew for today. I hope we all have a lot of fun with this game. Today we are gathering, as I said, for 6 of 9 games this weekend where we are raising money for Extra Life. This is the 8th year running on this channel. I've had the pleasure of being involved in the last 4. We're playing games and helping raise funds for children's hospitals, which is an absolutely fantastic cause. I am sure we can all agree. So far we are sitting at 365. So we are hoping to raise more by the time the weekend is out, obviously. And there are a number of ways that you can help with that. You could use the donation links that will be appearing in chat to make direct donations to the fund. You could also sub to the channel, which includes Prime subs. If you have a Prime sub floating around, Val is matching the sub points with $1 per sub for the rest of the year, not just this weekend and not just this month, all the way up to the end of December. If you make a donation during this game, we have a few rewards that this gives out to the players, and it affects the game. For either $1 or your sub, you can give an advantage to a player or character of your choice. For $5, we give advantage to all the players. For $10, it could gain the crew an epic weapon or a bit of kit of the player's choice just lying around. For $30, that is an epic bit of kit for everybody. For $50, the group could bump into Commander Shepard herself. Because I like a female shepherd. We've also had a little addition, and it will make more sense as you get to know the characters. If we drop a 50, apparently our captain will go on the DDR, the Dance Dance Revolution machine, with our Quarian, which would also be highly entertaining.
I'll just
before...
add, for 75,
yeah.
I'll fire somebody off this ship.
Hell yeah. Again, you will get to know why that is so poignant as we progress through the game. Yeah, we could get firing. Before we get going with the game, however, we have a very special message from a certain someone to wish the crew good luck on today's mission. I'm going to hand over our lovely producer, Val, who's running all of this thing. This is her channel. It's her lovely work that we take part in every year. Can I get the crew to go onto Twitch and unmute that site so you can hear it too? Yeah, thumbs up. Let her know that you guys are good. We're all good. Look at us go. We are ready. Technical issues.
This is Commander Shepard with a priority message for the crew of the Myrmidon. Good luck on your next mission. Though you sometimes bend the rules, this time you're working for a good cause. All the best, and Blasto sends his regards as well. This one sends his regards as well. Yeah, like I said. I should go. This is Commander Shepard with a priority message.
Oh,
That
very
was so
good.
great. That was so great.
How am I supposed to follow that?
Listen, thank you very much to Mark here. He was a very good sport about putting that together for me, for the crew here. Commander Shepard is wishing you well. And Blasto. We cannot forget Blasto.
My God.
All that said, let us dive into today's session. So, in the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect. Roll credits. It is now 2183, and somewhere in this galaxy, a hero has risen to save not only humanity, but the whole galaxy from a terrible threat. This story is not about that hero. They are far too busy to be here today. Instead, we are following the very heroic missions of the crew of the Myrmidon, an envoy-class frigate which is sleek and beautiful. No longer does she transport important dignitaries and political figures. Instead, she transports a very eclectic crew, and we are going to be meeting them today. As we see the vast expanse of space, the open emptiness and glittering stars, we have a ship cruising through, and the paint job of this ship has her standing out as the chroma flare paint job of multicolors makes its way as we head inside. First, we are near the belly of this ship in the med bay. Salunu, can you please let us know what you look like, where you are, and what you're doing right now?
Yes, I can. With annoyance. My name is Selenu. I am the ship's doctor in the medbay with my trusted companion, Bertie, who is my VI, who has been helping me with my research over the last few decades. I help the crew stay well, and when they need it, I mother them.
Very good. And as we look around the med bay, how do you keep it organized? What does it look like around you at the moment?
Proudfully, my medbay is kept clean and organized. I have my lab and my tables that I keep sanitized at all times. I dislike it when anyone touches my things.
Very good. And we can see floating and with a light effect causing a little bow tie on your orb of your little VI is Bertie, who is floating around and passing commentary on yourself as you busy yourself. And we move through, almost panning through Bertie himself and the light effect as we do, and then down through the gates of the floor, through pipes, and into the proper belly of this beast, so to speak. Down in the cargo hold. Erdnot Char, please, can you describe to us who we see, what you're doing, and describe where you are?
Hey there, everybody. I'm Erdnachar. And as the gunner of this ship, I tend to be finding myself going back and forth between the cargo bay and, of course, the gunnery. Currently, I am a large, dark brown skinned Krogan. Uh, I have a deep purple frontal head plate, and yeah, currently I'm overlooking some of the different types of ammo we have for the ship.
Okay. Busying yourself with Armo.
Mhm.
And as we kind of pass over you and your busy work, we move through and towards the back into what many may believe is the beating heart of this ship. We see the engine as it is, that thrum, a sound which could be distracting to some, but for others it is the comforting hum of home. We are in the engine room. Rala, please describe to us who we see, uh, what you're doing, and how you keep your engine room.
So we see as we come into the engine room, she's 5'5" at the moment, because as you look at her, you see that her Korean suit has been modified. She's wearing these big chunky boots with black and purple all over. And as you go up, you see these um kind of leg warmers of like this purple fur. And as you keep going up, you see that on the side of her hip, she's modified her uniform so it has little ruffles to make skirts.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going on. You see little lights all over um her uniform, her suit, more for decoration than anything. And as we get to her head, we see the cables that she uses to keep herself all quarantined. Are not coming just off the back of her head, but you see them coming off the side, almost like big, bustling pigtails with some extra decorations in there. And as we finally get to her face, you see this kind of bouncing emoticon. It's not like a emoji or a GIF. It is very much early texting emoticons. And you see her bouncing as we transfer from the hum of the engine room to this deep bassy rave music that's happening in her helmet. And you see her messing with the engine. She's been making some different calculations. And we're not sure what happens yet, but something good happens as you see her just kind of jump with joy and a little excited emoticon over her mask, as she seems to have achieved what she wanted to achieve before the meeting today, or whatever we have today.
Perfect. So there's lots of boots and cats going on in our engine room. Very good. And from the pulsing music of the engine room and our excited quarry and friend, that sound sort of travels and resonates and echoes and then sounds distant as we move from one core part of the ship to the other, as we head straight to the front and into the helm at the bridge. uh, Victor, please describe who we see, what you're doing, and how you keep your helm.
I like to think that we just sort of like have a nice, like solid, like flow from the engine room into the elevator, ride that up,
Yeah.
come out, you see the large galaxy map, you pass through. The camera does like the full 360 spin as the boots and cats crossfades into the intro of Cult's She Sells Sanctuary,
Oh,
which is blasting from the helm as we see the pockmarked, probably took a shotgun blast back of the chair uh, of this helm. And as we get closer, you can see that this is not a tidy place. It has a bunch of knickknacks, memorabilia scattered about. There's a whiteboard with times fired. Um, Days since last incident is on another whiteboard. Um, and there's like fuzzy dice, a plushy small Varan, a tiny like hula girl made from spare parts on the dash that's kind of swaying, a bunch of matchboxes in a shadow box off to the left hand side. As we finally pan around to, I want you to think a very disheveled Damian Lewis. Um, as we come around to see the face of Victor Caveman Grace, and we finally see the console, which mostly is hollow, but there's a bunch of manual switches that all have very well defined, like somebody got a label gun and started labeling things. One says upset Rala, upset Shar, upset the captain, and then one that's just labeled no.
Beautiful. And as we see these switches that indicate an interesting interpersonal relationships that go on between this delightful crew, we move from our helm into a very sleek kitchen, a luxury kitchen, in fact. As we go into the center, it passes by a few rooms where the bedrooms are and into this central core of something that clearly was outfitted for elite guests and now is outfitted for this wonderful crew. Diamant, please, what are we seeing? Who are you? And what does this kitchen look like?
So Diamant is a Drell, dark green, couple of scars along the face from what some might call a misadventure, what others might call crowd service. And right now he's got casual clothes on. He's got a little bit of shopping to do later. Working on a list, and he's eating something with one hand and working on that list with the other. And as the camera zooms in, as a few names start to become clear, there's a half open refrigerator, little bit of food cooking on the grill, and comes out. Oh yeah, and mealtime and time to write up the list. And some might call what he's doing a little bit of embezzlement. Some might say it's not very good to eat to snack on what you're supposed to be refilling. Those people aren't the quartermaster, and Diamant is. So don't worry. What the captain doesn't know won't hurt me none.
And we see you making a decision and then writing on this list, as somewhere on the screen of what we're watching this from, we see a little renegade option tick. uh, and we move from the kitchen not too far, maybe a room or two up along a hallway, which again was sleek and outfitted for luxury, that maybe has some unique features to it now for this crew. As we enter into the rec room and we pan in to see he who leads us, our captain. Aurelian, please describe, what do we see when we pan into our captain? What is he doing? And what does this rec room look like?
Yeah, as the camera pans into the rec room, we can see first things first, of course, we can see the whiteboard containing the names of every person on this crew and how many times they have been fired. The captain doesn't think it's very funny to maintain this, but he also has not found a way to stop them yet, including threatening them with more firings. So there it remains. The camera pans past a ping pong table, an air hockey table, foosball, a favorite of the captain's, although there's no one to play it with right now, a skee ball setup, a jukebox, which is currently blasting out Jimmy Buffett, rest in peace. And as we come up behind the captain, we see a Turian that I'm going to very vaguely describe as Harrison Ford in Turian form. Do with that what you will in your imagination. Old Harrison Ford. We're talking like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull Harrison Ford in Turian form. He is a grizzled, knackered old Turian. One of his like head crest plumes is snapped off. He's got lots of facial scars. He's wearing a long kind of duster jacket that looks like it's been slept in many, many times. The leather is chapped and broken, and the stitching is starting to peel away. But it is it's an old standby of his. And as the camera comes up behind him, we see just his hands just fiddling at something, and we can even see we're seeing him from behind, and we can see that he's working at something. And Turians being Turians, one might assume he was doing some calibrations, but as he is continuing to fiddle and grunt and grow more and more frustrated, we hear him speaking to himself as he says, "I am Aurelian Karaja. I am the veteran of no less than 10 galactic wars. I have served with the Solarian Special Tactics Group, and I was nominated to be a Spectre, and yet I can't win anything out of this fucking claw machine," as he pounds his fist on it, and we see a little stuffed pie jack just fall down off the claw. Whose job was it to calibrate the claw? This thing is set way too loose. It's dropping everything. Prism!
And as you call out, there is no crew members here to answer your call, but who you reference and who answers is a voice that is sounded by an additional crew member. Some may feel, others may feel they are a nuisance, as your experimental AI gives you an answer. Like, Captain, I'm not sure Spectre training would win you at a claw machine, but whatever, you know?
First things first, I told you not to be listening at all times, only when called upon. Thank you.
That's not how I'm programmed, I'm sorry.
Perhaps we should work on that programming. However, my question to you, Prism, was who calibrated the claw?
That would be Rala Raisulvas Myrmidon.
He looks over at the firing board.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. All right, Prism, who else can I blame it on?
The pie jack.
I can't fire the pie jack, Prism. Or can I? Where's the Prism? Where's the pie jack on the ship right now?
And we pan away from this room as it goes past in a room between the rec room and the kitchen, which is the storage room, and we see something that is somewhat monkey-like creature making little chirping sounds, as it definitely has gotten into some of the food stores and is currently snacking away. You're left pondering who to blame this on, as it currently stands. And we see this firing board as the point is made. We see this little whiteboard written on with like dry erase pen. You know, we in the future, we in space, but this crew do things old school. Diamant is currently sitting at 39 times he has been fired by the captain. Erdnot Char, 25. Dr. Salunu, 4. Caveman, 31. He is creeping up on Diamant's record. Rala, 0. And the 0 with a different color pen has been turned into emoji angel face. So here we are. We have the crew. We have the space in which they live and work. We have also heard from their slightly sassy, she was programmed that way, AI Prism, the proprietary reconnaissance intelligence system manager, and our Pajak, Pat Sajak. And this is who crews the Myrmidon. Last mission you guys were on was tough. That one resulted in losing all of the money you were due to get paid. You barely scraped by with your lives, and only on account of some last minute help from the person who may have caused the issues in the first place, Diamant to not be in jail for this as well. For now, it is a time to take an evening meal together. And I want to know who's cooking this meal? What is it we are having? And how is the captain consoling your crew after said mission? Now, most people who have experimental AI on their ship could just ask Prism to alert everyone to the fact that it's mealtime. However, the captain, for your own reasons, may not be choosing to do that. So I believe you are going to rally your crew to let them know dinner time. I will let you do that before we congregate into the mess hall to console ourselves.
Well, first things first on this ship.
Yeah.
We need to have 2 meals.
Okay,
course,
yes. Yeah,
'cause some
yeah,
of
yeah.
us can't consume the same foods as other
Yeah.
people on this crew. So there is the dextrose amino acid based meal that is
Yeah.
going to be for me and Rala, and I think that's it. I don't think anybody
Yeah,
else.
I
Okay.
believe so, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So the captain has prepared that meal for him and Rala.
Okay.
It's you're not gonna like it. And I'm trying to think who. I think this crew like probably rotates whose turn it is to cook.
Yes.
Um,
If you're not cooking, you're cleaning.
okay, so that I bought all these stupid dice today, and I'm gonna decide using them who is going to cook dinner.
Cook the other meal,
2,
yeah.
3, 4. I'm including Prism. Prism can totally do this. If I roll a 5, it's gonna be Prism.
Okay. She'll do
It-
her best, Captain.
It is Diamant. Diamant, it is
The
your
per-
turn to cook.
The perfect crime.
You're already in the kitchen, so it makes sense. While the captain is rallying everyone, you're in the kitchen, and after you've done your renegade options, you can cook a meal for everyone and maybe get a little bit Paragon in there. Okay.
So I think he's gonna go grab Caveman first.
Okay.
I want to ask Victor, Caveman Grace, is there a door to the bridge, and if so, do you keep it open or closed?
There are 2 doors and the elevator door. The door that leads to the hallway where the guests are contained, that's always closed.
Right.
The one that leads to the stairwell that all of us have access to, due to previous events, is left open.
That's why the shotgun's in the back of the chair.
All right, so he is going to go up to the bridge, and I think he's the kind of guy that he doesn't knock when he enters a room. He purposely stomps loudly as he enters so that you know he's there without having to announce his presence. So he just kind of like comes in, stomps his way in. Caveman,
Hi, Captain.
quit jerking off. It's dinner time.
All right, Prism, you got the helm.
Oh, wait, I should warn you before we go. It's Diamant's turn to cook.
K rations it is. Reaches in to a small little cupboard and just grabs this little brown bag.
I didn't say it. You said it. After you.
I will make a valiant effort, Captain.
Just humor him, will you? Just taste it first.
Excuse me. Reaches in, grabs what looks to be something very different from everything else about the helm. It is a small little bottle, looks very well put together, for emergencies, written in immaculate handwriting from Selanu, as he just grabs this and just secrets it on his person.
That's a very good transition because I think he's going to I go to Dr. Selenu next.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to immediately betray what I just said. He does knock when he goes to Selenu because he's always worried about upsetting Selenu because he doesn't understand Selenu at all. So he like kind of like lightly raps and then comes in with his hands behind his back. Doctor.
Cell is currently working on an experiment for something because her specialty is in chemistry. So as the captain knocks, it's her VI Bertie who would actually kind of like alert her, be like, "Hi, someone needs your attention."
Yeah, Bertie's would be like, Selunu, there is someone at the door for you.
So
come on, Bertie.
So Selenu, despite being the fact that she is a beautiful older Asari, had a parent who was Elcor, so turns to the captain with a completely straight face. Annoyed. What can I do for you, Captain?
Well, you need to eat eventually, and Diamant's cooking, so you're also probably going to have some work to do as well.
Nauseous.
Because people are going to vomit, is what I'm saying.
I will bring my kit with me.
Yeah, could you also grab some of those Amesis bags as well?
Yes, I can.
Great.
So she'll turn and she'll like grab one of the little things. She's got like a bag of the things that she gave to Caveman. So she's going to be like, we're going to probably need this. And she's going to just pack it all up and still straight faced turn and walk with the captain.
You go ahead. I have to go grab Char.
Very well. She'll walk off.
The captain just slowly like walks backwards a couple steps and then
like,
goes.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over there and do the thing I was gonna do over there. Okay. And Char's down with the ammo and shit, right?
Oh yeah, that's exactly where I am currently, or where he is.
So he goes down there and like, kind of like, he likes to drop in on Char, because he's one of the people that he likes to micromanage. So as he comes in, he's like looking over what Char's been working on, like looking at the guns, making sure everything's in good order. He's very particular about these kind of things. And he kind of sneaks up on you. Go ahead.
I forgot to mention that Char has an eye patch on his left eye due to a mission gone wrong earlier in his career on Omega. So he's used to, at this point, somebody trying to sneak up on him.
Yeah,
and the captain knows which one's his bad side. So
yeah, he comes up on the blind side purposely, for sure.
No, you know, Captain.
Oh, okay. Thought I had the drop that time.
No. What the hell do you want?
Rude, first of all. Do not make me add to the board. Second of all,
What aren't you?
It looks good down here. You're doing a great job. Third of all, fucking stop and come eat.
I mean, you guys need to eat. I have a nutrient home. Why am I going upstairs? There's work to be done.
There's always work to be done. You know that. But also, a meal can't wait.
Who's cooking?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. Diamant.
Is this the night that Pat Sajak dies? Because I need a snack. I can't deal with Diamant's food.
Listen.
I get violent. We don't want me violent.
No, we don't. We don't want you to go into blood rage, but also Doc's gonna have the Amesis bags and some of those supplements that help it go down smoother. You'll be fine.
Fine. I'll be up there in a moment.
Thank you, Char.
Yeah, whatever.
Subheading of the game: This is the night Pat Sajak dies.
We found the stream title.
Yeah. All right. Who's
and then
next?
Finally, to the engine room. Is the music only in her headphones, or is it bopping out loud?
In the engine room, it's bopping out loud.
He gets up to like the door of the engine room, and it's like I mean, it reminds me very much of playing Mass Effect. If you're like outside fucking like Chora's den in
Yeah, yeah.
you know, when you can like hear the beat through the
Yeah.
wall and you're like,
You
I
can
have to
feel
open this
it.
door.
Feel it in
Yeah.
your
Open this-
spleen. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
you feel
bassy.
your organs vibrate and you're like, I'm gonna open
Yeah.
this door and this is gonna be horrible. And
Mhm.
he just like stands outside the door and like, she's good at her job, she's good at her job, she's good at her job, she's good at her job. And he opens the door and it's like, oh my god.
As he opens the door, the music kind of starts going to like a quieter volume. And she's made it so it only happens when the captain walks into the engine room.
I was gonna say some, well, yeah, because it makes my before it would make my carapace vibrate, and it's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
So now it's like a comfortable like bop. She's still
Does this-
bopping.
Okay, but I think he still hasn't gotten used to it. So when he's like ready to yell. So as soon as the door opens, he's like, roll, roll. Sorry.
You don't have to yell.
No, thank you for that. Appreciate that. What is this? Does this have
Uh,
lyrics? What is this? music?
Sometimes, give me one moment, okay? And you see her at like a little input area, and she holds out a finger to you. It's like, wait for it, and then you see the lights flicker for a moment, and then come back on. I did it.
You made the lights flicker.
No, okay, so I was able to reroute some power from like the areas we don't really use, and made the engines boot up about 0.8 seconds faster, make our engines go about 2.5% faster, which will cut down our trips by 7%.
Okay. Really quick question. What are those parts we don't really use?
Well, you know, the bathrooms don't really need to be as bright. But don't worry, I only like rerouted about 0.7% from different little areas, so it's not really that noticeable. But in the end, it's going to make our trips way quicker.
That he's like so ready to get mad, and it's like that's actually brilliant. Okay, but I need you to recalibrate that claw in the rec room because that thing is way too loose and it's not holding on to anything and it's pissing me off. Could you just fix that for me, please?
Of course. It was fun when I used it last time. I don't know if like Diamond messed with it, but I'll recalibrate it for you.
Hey, speaking of, by the way, tonight is a great day to be a dextrose protein-based being because Diamant's cooking.
Oh, that's going to be fun to see.
Yeah. You want to go watch? I
Yeah.
already made us some stew. It's, the standard shit, but
I really need to get to using like a little bit more variety in the stews.
I've tried salt. This thing, salt. It's okay.
Let's go, Captain.
Okay.
She sighs in. Salt is not a way to season your food.
Yeah.
The crew are all able to congregate in this mess hall. It's one of those things where, this is basically your home. So although it's never officially spoken, there are unofficial, this is my seat. You all have your areas where you sit down. The food is going to be a mixed success depending on what you're into. But you are all able to take your meal together, and things were not great recently with that last job. Y'all are hurting for cash. Diamant, at a point of your choosing, will allow as a player through this conversation and this mealtime, you are going to get a ping that you have an email waiting for you. Unfortunately, you don't have that crew member who just goes, Captain, there's an email. Like, I know. There's a new message in your terminal.
Specialist trainer
Yeah.
or Kelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I've got a at some point between first dinner and the food everybody else gets, Diamant has produced chef hat and apron, both of which are suspiciously immaculate.
There was a branding on it that you've removed.
and like as he like presents what perhaps caveman is familiar with perhaps caveman is familiar with sushi, which would only make the spread before him sting that much worse, because as Diamant is happy to brag, this this like the fish laid out before him, which he has cut like quote unquote yeah, just like that puffer fish thing. It's his from Dioscuri 7, which is notable for the wildlife there is notably similar to many garden worlds, although it is universally and spectacularly poisonous. Even the predators poisonous. Like archaeologists theorize that there is a now extinct breed of that there must be a very extinct super predator that used to exist on the planet to have required like all of those beings to divide such a defense. And it's not, it shouldn't be served. It's not food, but it's really cheap in bulk. And
you just gotta build up a resistance to it.
And
I just love the idea that, like, if you have context for what sushi is, it makes this meal more offensive. If you know,
and you can tell Diamant is like very confident that what he has done to this has made it fit for sapient consumption.
Okay.
Secretly, Diamant has no idea how well this is going to go, and it doesn't matter because the good shit is already in his stomach.
And this is the night Patch Jack dies.
And as long as Prism doesn't squeal, nobody has to know.
Okay.
And as he is like about to make his excuse for why he is not going to eat the plate he has served for himself, he sees that message come in.
Yeah.
And then oh, fantastic, Captain! I've got a message. This seems important.
I'm just gonna go read this email. Leaving the crew eating their sushi meal.
I think everyone's
Can I make a survival check?
You certainly can, to be like, this feels incorrect.
I'm going to use that generous advantage that was given to us by chat.
Yes, thank you,
Not
chat.
die from sushi.
You guys have been very generous. I have noticed the pings coming in. We have a few things already on the stack. 22. Yeah, you recognize parts of this. Maybe not at first. You're maybe suspicious of your plate at first, and then you see that like someone next to you has a part of the fish that you're like, no way, I recognize the dot pattern on the skin part of that's and it's up to you how you want to perhaps deliver the information to your
as Diamant leaves the room, just as the door seals shut, Captain, I believe he's trying to kill us.
I don't know if he's trying, but I think that may be the effect. Tell you
The
what,
day I got to a Turian is the day that this ship
I
is
can't
going
do
to
that.
explode.
Tell you what, gang. How about we scrape it all into the trash, tell them we ate it, and we all just have K rations? Well, you guys can. I got stew.
I got stew too.
Yeah, so you guys are able to eat. You can eat like the rice part, maybe. Just
I'm gonna take the chance.
I mean, yeah, you know what? If anyone can do it, it's the
the Krogan. They're quite literally built different. So
Yeah.
yeah. I would say roll a con save. Not that it is necessarily going to kill you, but we'll see if you get an upset tummy.
Oh boy.
Didn't turn in with diarrhea.
Listen, those Krogan have like, oh yeah, that would be bad.
Oh shit.
So you eat it, you're able to like, I mean, we've established that like the type of alcohols that Krogan bodies are able to process is very different to what humans can handle. And so this you're maybe gonna have like a couple tummy aches at some point, but yeah, you're like, doesn't taste right. You can almost, you're like, there's like an aftertaste. Yeah, like that sort of weird bitter taste, and you're like, yeah, that's the poison. Cool, okay, well.
It makes it tingle on your lips a little bit,
Yeah.
like having puffer
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Spicy.
But you
I'd
guys are able
serve
to.
it with fried pie.
Do you eat everyone's? Do we just give everything to Char?
Yeah.
Like, use the trash
Yeah.
disposal?
That's why you got the rumbling tummy, because you just ate everyone else's so that it's not found in the bin. So you
Good
guys
meal.
can have rations as you would. Diamant, what you get is an email from a contact of yours that you have done some work or acquired some things from or acquired some things for. Someone down on the Citadel by the name of Okar Vilas. They are a Solarian that tends to help people with the procurement of various products. All very legit. And it's claiming that he has a task for you should you be willing to do it, and if you're in the area, paying the big bucks. He's like, I'm sure this job will be a piece of cake for you. And then signs off with the name. So you were given that information that yeah, you guys could be hired if the captain's down for it.
And yeah, just pitches in over the intercom. Captain, my captain, I have good news for you. And bad news. First, the bad news. Fridge is empty. Good news. I got a job. Solarian down on the Citadel. Good contact. You'd love it. Big money.
Yeah, Diamant,
Easy
get your
work.
ass back in here, please.
And like
Ow.
then he starts walking over like the intercom like flips off like shit. Oh well, number 4 is good. I'll keep this lead.
All right, so you're able to, as Captain requested, head back into the mess hall. Y'all have an option to be
there's
hired.
The man of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
All right, team. Diamant's got a job. Now, before Diamant says anything else, we're just gonna go ahead, look at each other as a team, and decide if Diamant is the kind of person who should be giving us new jobs after what happened last time. So, Diamant, I'm going to hear you out on what you have to bring to the table because we are, in a word, broke. So, I will listen to what you have to say, but I'm going to be listening very, very skeptically after the fact that the reason we are broke is you. So, what do you got for me, Chief?
As a point of order, I spent that money bailing each and every last one of you out.
From the situation you put us in.
But it's your fault that we were like, in jail in the first place, so.
I still don't have enough credits to repair the chair.
Yeah, well, listen, after this, you could probably buy a whole new chair. In fact, I know somebody who is great with chairs. You're gonna love him. Anyway, Solarian down in the Citadel. Great guy. What's his name? Please remind me of the name.
That is Ola. Okar, sorry. Okar Vilas.
Okar Vilas. Professional, fantastic at what they do, fantastic at a great contact. Simply
but that's like
put.
kind of how you spoke about the last person, though.
Key point.
Maybe I was fluffing him up a little bit. Okar, they're the real deal. Besides, Citadel, legitimate, consistent.
The only thing
They pay taxes.
They're paying. They actually pay taxes, which is a big deal.
Is this Okar a friend of yours, Diamant?
I would
Positive
say, yeah, I would say you definitely have taken a decent amount of work from them to know that when he has jobs for you, they are typically higher paying. This person is not somebody who's living in the wards. This is a Presidium contact.
Oh,
reliable working acquaintance, proper presidium.
I would say
So
any
we
friend
actually
of yours is a
changed.
friend of mine, but that's not fucking true. So, but wait. Presidium.
That means seasick.
That means money.
What kind of money are we talking here, Diamant?
Well, you sure you're interested, Captain?
No, not at all. Keep talking and maybe I will be. How much money are we talking, Diamant?
Well, let me just show you this good and proper, and he, like, gets his omni tool
Yeah.
and displays like just the number
Yeah.
in hard
So
light directly above
Is
his
this an
arm.
eye-popping
Okay.
number?
so it is. So it's a job of acquiring something, intercepting something that is involved in a bad trade, and we're going to acquire it for something good. And the price tag on it, your cut, which is not necessarily how big the job is, so it depends how you want to approach this. Your cut for doing this for Okar is 100,000 credits.
Smells wrong.
Proper presidium.
Like, for context,
Yeah.
how much is that in terms of life-changing amounts of money?
That's
in-
big for the type of life that you lead and the jobs that you guys take. That's huge. That's
That's
like
a lot of fuel. That is an
a
exceptional
lot of
amount.
fuel. That is buying high-end like kit. That is, you could put your down payment and get yourself a home with that. Like it's a lot of
oh,
creds.
It's not quite enough to buy the very top end personal heavy armor, but it's in the ballpark.
It's a big wad of creds.
Yeah, and I'm talking about bleeding edge.
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first, with that kind of money, there is absolutely no fucking way that this is legit.
None.
Surely we're doing something illegal here, right?
I mean, don't we kind of always do something a little bit illegal?
Oh no, that's not a deal breaker. I'm just saying, law will be a problem with whatever it is we're gonna have to do.
Seasick will be a problem.
Yeah.
You've been invited, Diamant, to go down and get more details about the job. You understand for certain types of jobs, putting in what they need from you into a message can be intercepted and hacked into. So yeah, the details of what you're doing, you're invited to go and find out.
Well, Captain, it's some of the details are still to be determined. This is sensitive information. 100,000 premium presidium credits up for grabs here, kind of thing that they can't just lay it all out in a message that anybody could be looking at.
I also hate to say this. Really hate to say this. But in going to the Citadel, we could possibly pick up a few VIPs to transport at the very least. So we should probably check it out.
1,000 credits is enough money for us to get out of that whole fucking VIP transport business altogether, and that is a pretty tempting proposition at this moment.
We all know when you go back to the Presidium, a whole bunch of new quest threads open up for you when you get there.
All right.
All right.
Let's take it by vote. What do we think? Caveman, do we hear this guy out?
Low on fuel, lower on creds, and most of the pantry's empty. next time I'm making dinner, it's tuna special. So
Not tuna special.
yeah, we're taking the job if I have anything to say about it.
Doc,
Curious. I wish to see where this goes.
insightful as always, Doc. Char,
I don't trust Solarians. I don't trust the Presidium. But I also don't like being broke. So as long as I get to go in and bust some heads, I'm down.
okay. Diamant, shut the fuck up. Rala,
I think this might be really fun.
I was afraid you were gonna say that. All right, Diamant, doesn't matter what you're gonna say anyway. I'm outvoted. Let's do it.
You're gonna love this You're gonna love this, Captain.
I know I won't. I know I won't.
All right. So our crew, after taking our meal and doing what needs to be done, course is set for the Citadel. Now, you guys have been on the Citadel before. As our ship docks in, you're always a noticeable addition to the various ships that come and go from the Citadel, mostly because of that chroma flare paint job that y'all have. It
You're
makes you stand out. Yeah. So you pull in, you're able to catch one of the cars, the sky cars, to take you to the Presidium, everybody. This is legit. This is Presidium job. Whether you feel you fit in or not is a personal preference of yours, but what we see with the Citadel is not a planet, because some of our viewers maybe haven't played Mass Effect before. The Citadel is it's a station. It is ancient, it is older than all of the races who currently now call it home, or work. And when we head into the area that you're going to, there is this ring of buildings, much like you would see in a city, high rises. There are flying cars taking you between various locations. There are gardens and water, and it's made to feel comfortable, as if maybe you were on a planet. The Presidium is all clean lines, whites and grays, and it's very neat and tidy. At the moment, we are not yet in a timeline where this place is being destroyed by anything. At the moment, there are no
Why would
threats
that
here.
happen?
Why would that happen? I don't know. Maybe everything's fine. Everything's safe. Reaper who? So we are in a place where there aren't typically threats. On the Presidium, in the wards is another story. You are following your lead, Diamant, and it is a small area. Perhaps it's meant to look a bit like a park. And you are able to go and meet with your Solarian contact. Now, this place is chosen because there are ways in the smaller, darker corners for meetings or busy social spaces that you could be listened in on. At least when it is wide open, you can tell if someone was trying to listen into you, is the thought. And what you see is Okar Vilas, who even by Solarian standards is rather weedy, tall but slender. They have more of the sort of orange brown, like a terracotta kind of color to some of their markings, and those big round black eyes. They give you a little wave with their fingers as you approach. And acting nice and casual, aware that you have brought your crew with you. I'm assuming you brought your crew with you for this discussion.
Of course, so this is a group discussion, and more to the point, Diamant always talks a big game about how much he trusts each and every last one of his many contacts, and Diamant does not trust any of his contacts.
Yeah. Yeah, so back up. I mean, conversation. We're here for a conversation. as you approach, he kind of Diamant. Hello everyone.
Carl, I see you have been eating well.
Yes, well, as best as one can here. The food leaves a little to be desired in some of these places, but Citadel for you. I have this job. I'm assuming you're here because you are willing to help. Yes.
And of course, we just
No, not yet. Keep talking.
Ah,
gotta nail down those pesky details.
of course. The details. I can give you details. Well, uh, what I am offering to you is a procurement job for something. I am doing this task on behalf of the Salarian Special Tasks Group. You've heard of them, of course, yes?
course.
Yeah, we have.
Kind of looks at you.
No, we're gonna die.
Well, one doesn't want to presume, so, but we have caught wind, or they have caught wind, and they've asked me to help acquiring. It's a new, still very much underground drug that is doing the rounds. They are hoping to acquire it not only to take it out of the hands of those who would use it improperly, and instead study it. Is what I've been told is the intent there. Now, there is a high price for this job and for this substance. Hopefully, it will not become a problem with the populations here. Not here, the wards mostly. It's not really. I mean, I don't doubt there are people in the Presidium that take drugs. I'm waffling. Anyway, the cut is 100,000 credits. I'm sure Diamat has mentioned that to you.
I have a question.
Yes.
What does the drug do?
Well, I'm not entirely certain on the full scope of symptoms, but it's mostly used for hallucinatory effects when taken in a certain amount.
Is it like a liquid, a powder, a pill, a
It's
patch?
crystal form, I believe. It's called gold sand. It's quite a poetic name, but that's what they do with these drugs when people tried to make it recreational. I obviously the SDG wouldn't be doing it for recreational. They just want to study its properties.
And
Just
if
move it
it
from.
wasn't enough for you, you had to keep studying other things.
Well, I'm not a member of the STG myself. No, I am simply doing the procurement mission, and I
You're all the same.
Grogan kind of looks at Tiamat and
and then like Guillemot waits exactly too long before he starts to yeah. He's a kid.
I'm sure that's not true, but is it hot in here? Anyway,
I'm gonna stop you right there.
hello.
Hi, Aurelian Karaja, Captain. Two things. One, Rala. No.
I didn't even. I was
No.
just curious.
No.
Nice try,
Second,
kid.
this requires us to deliver a drug to the Solarian Special Tactics Group.
Yes, well, you'll be
We're not interested. Thank you for your time.
acquiring it for me.
Come on, Captain.
Done here. Come on.
If it helps, you're simply removing something that is potentially dangerous from the general population and receiving a lot of money for it.
Listen, it sounds like a great job for some good Samaritan who wishes to clean up the streets and all that, but it's not a job for this crew. So thank you very much. We'll be on our way.
Excuse me, Captain, sir. I think I can translate. So you want us to take this recreational drug that the Solarian Special Tasks Group is going to turn into a bioweapon?
No, no.
We know what they're going to do with it. Now, what gang group are we going to be intercepting this that you are willing to pay that much money.
That is something that I'm not clear on yet. I don't think they know. They just know. Speaking about they've heard whispers about the substance. I think. I just know that there is the actual deal itself is happening somewhere in the lower wards, and there is a human who is going to be acquiring this.
Oh,
This is thinking more and more Podjack shit. I don't know.
Okar. So sounds
Your
sounds to me a
sword.
little bit like we're gonna need to do some on the ground intelligence gathering of our own here, maybe even quite
I
a lot.
believe so, because it does sound like it's probably a gang that are actually acquiring it, but we do not have the. I certainly don't have the information about who it is that's acquiring. But you're capable, and I know that. I mean, we've done work before. I know that you.
Yeah, and of course you understand that extra work means extra compensation. Sounds to me like we're due some performance bonuses. Some
I'm sorry. It seems as if we're still discussing this long after I already said no. Am I? You remember the captain thing, right? It's written right here on my uniform. We're
Yes,
done
sir.
here.
It doesn't last long, Cap. Trust me.
You've like stitched it in yourself. Can Diamond? Obviously that conversation can continue. I'm still doing the Solarian finger thing. It can continue, but Dima, if you want to roll a persuasion roll about trying to get a higher cut, you certainly can. Remember, we have had various things coming in from donations, which at the very least has also included an advantage for everybody, I believe. So
yeah, I think I'll gladly
if you wanna
call that in. Cause I want to make this happen. Captain,
Yeah.
come on, work with me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, a 10.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's well, financially, I perhaps can't compensate you further than, I mean, as a credit, there's already quite a lot of money. There is one cash that I know of that you're welcome to go and I was going to have a different group of it, but maybe if you, I mean, I do really need this done, so
Yeah.
I will inform you of the location of this cache, and you can go and see what's there, and whatever is inside that cache is yours, to help you on this information and intercepting mission of taking a very dangerous drug off the streets, so that the
So dangerous. Captain, I think this is a great opportunity for us to, expand our treasury. And also, we wouldn't have to deal with the STG directly, just him.
And besides, Captain, think of all 10 of the distinguished guests we're going to have to be picking up if this doesn't go through. And I promise you, I can find those guests. Do you really think you're going to want to put up with them?
You're muted, bud. I love the idea that maybe like your
The helmet comm's not working.
Yeah.
Is it not working?
Prism's fucking with
No,
me.
Now
it's
you
working
are.
now.
Okay.
You are.
What's weird is it wasn't muted actually, but it was. Like,
Oh.
Anyway, I think I've made it abundantly clear that I don't want to have any contact with anyone that you've ever made friends with in your entire fucking life, Diamant.
I don't know if I should be taking that personally or not.
You should.
I
will
love
take
the
this
kid.
job. I will take this job under two conditions. Number one, we have no direct contact with the STG. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Oh, me? Of course, yes.
Great.
Yes. No, you just deliver it to me and all is done.
And then he gets in very close. Personal space violated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 150,000.
Oh, do you want to roll an intimidation roll for me, sir?
I sure do.
Could
Yeah.
I?
Have some
Could I?
advantages I can use?
Actually,
Yeah.
could I even provide advantage myself as I just kind of sidle
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
ever so casually.
Little help
Yeah.
action.
I don't
Can-
think
I'm
this
standing right
provides.
next to him.
I don't think this provides advantage or help, but Rollins behind, like her little face out with a little angry
Yeah.
smiley face on her visor.
Yeah,
Like,
what I'll
takes out her
say
bedazzled sniper rifle. I will
is-
kill you.
I will say that not only are you going to be gaining advantage should you wish, but with the additional support, I'm also going to lower the DC on this as well
Righteous.
because this is a lot.
It's a 24 intimidation.
Oh my! I mean, yes, that I mean, of course, danger money in case it's because who
Yeah,
knows who you're
and
dealing
we have
with.
to
and-
get our own information, so really.
It's sort of like
Hazard
doing
pay.
the thing where like the upper body of the Solarian is like leaning back as much as they can to get away from this scary
Look up
captain.
any picture of LBJ when he was a senator, the way he used to talk to people. That's what he is like this, forcing the
Yeah.
Solarian to lean back
Yeah,
as he
yeah.
is that close. Great.
Oh,
Shake on it then.
okay. It's gonna shake.
It's always good when they choose life.
That was surprisingly thrilling, and I'm a bit confused. I'm gonna go now. If
Having some unfamiliar feelings.
you've given the Solarian the scorning feeling, and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. I will see you. I mean, keep in touch. DM, you let me know when you and I will. Happy hunting.
straight to the Omni tool.
Turns around and goes away for a drink. Yeah.
Can I just turn on that Solarian?
Yeah.
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 Hey,
They
Cap.
were like, I'm feeling confused feelings and I don't know how to feel about this. I need to go and process that.
Hey, Captain, if you want an extra 750 credits, I know his personal number and
Nope.
Not
never.
worth it.
Never want to see that guy again.
Diamond, you really should like learn when to stop talking.
So
You should
we
listen to
have,
Rob.
yeah, we know that a job is happening. They walked away confused without actually telling you who this vendor is.
Oh yeah, that's
About where you're going.
Shit, we're bad at this.
But we can. It's okay. We're one shotting it. So I'll tell you. There's a vendor down in the lower wards named Bertha,
Bertha.
who apparently the deal, the trade-off, the actually passing of the goods themselves is happening with some of her stock. It does not seem, you're not sure, you're gonna have to go and investigate. It doesn't seem like she's involved, but who knows, maybe she is. So we have a location, lower wards. We know Bertha, and it was mentioned that there was a human doing pickup, so that may require a little bit of investigating. Y'all have a lot of skills. You're a talented crew. What are we doing?
First question, do I know Bertha?
Oh, yeah, I would say you have an awareness of birth. I mean, you're the quartermaster, you know, for very legitimate reasons. You also know all of the vendors of this area. Bertha is an Elcor who, despite the inability to express it through verbal, like auditory means, is quite sassy.
Cecily.
Yeah, sassily. And she a lot of what is traded out of Big Bertha's, it's called, is armor. It's mostly an armory. Sometimes you'll get weapons, sometimes some mods, but that's mostly what it is. And it tends to be, I mean, some people can go for like personal purchases, but it's usually buying and selling in bulk is what Bertha specializes in. So you may have been involved in some of that, or acquiring some, you know, like these. I mean, there's a couple faults with these, so I can't sell them in a legitimate way, but maybe you can sell it to someone else. So you've probably done some work with Big Bertha.
Now I finally got some more information here. Bertha Elcor. Shockingly sassy. Hurtfully sassy.
Hurtfully.
I don't want to get into it.
Flirtatiously.
But usually moves armor, weapons, bulk goods. pharmaceutical sounds off. But armor up, head down there, see what's good.
I think I'm gonna ask this question a lot. Is this Bertha a friend of yours?
No.
Good. All right, let's go.
Did that awfully fast, Tiamat.
I actually didn't understand that. What?
I said that mighty fast, Tiamat.
Yeah,
That
my
no
best.
was
I have no
dragon
idea.
quick.
I don't know what you're trying to imply.
We'll see when we get down there.
Okay. So we're able to make our way down to the lower wards, which is by all accounts slum areas. A lot of you will have encountered, maybe through work, maybe your personal life, have been to certain planets and settlements, and certainly anyone who's been to or is from Earth, like caveman, the level of shithole on the Citadel is actually nicer than, you know, actual places that are struggling, but it's still not great. Still not great. Lower wards, you're gonna get a lot of crime down there. You get heavy enough CSEC presence, but there's certain things that go on that maybe are either turn a blind eye to, or people use the lower wards to be able to keep out of the eye of the authority. There is a section that is the marketplace, of which there are various stalls and vendors. You're not terribly far away from Cora's Den as well, for some more boots and cats. But you're able to lead everyone down to Big Bertha's. Now, are we heading straight there? Do you guys have a particular approach? Is there anything else you want to do for this investigation?
Definitely won't be suited up if we're going to the lower wards. So it's full armor and full weapons, and hopefully CSEC doesn't stop us in the way.
Rella has her sniper on her back that's about as tall as she is, and it's all purple and pink and some bedazzling on it, with those little like cell phone charms somewhere on there.
Right. So we are kitted out. Are we heading straight to Bertha's?
Hey, Captain, I got what you might call a feeling. I want to hold the locals a little bit. See, this is a big deal. People might know, and people might know some things. Know some things Bertha won't want to talk about.
Well, your feelings have never let us down before, Diamant, so why start now? Go for it.
Love you too, Captain.
And, you know, there's some merit to not doing the direct approach, going straight in and just being like, hey, have you heard of such as, and you know, could alert
Have
people.
You heard of
and
drugs?
Yeah, cause whatever perps there are to scuttle away out of sight. So a subtle approach has merit to it. Yeah. How do you want to approach this, Diamant? Are you guys going in as a whole crew, or are we branching off to do some canvassing?
Diamant's looking to peel away, blend in a little bit as a crimesman newly returned from somewhere off world. You know, comfortable here as anywhere else. Looking to maybe heard a little something about a little something special going down.
Okay, so you are.
Be back in an hour or you're fired.
I hear you loud and clear, Captain.
Prism will sound in your headset only, Diamant. Like, would you like me to set a timer so that you can get back in time?
Hour 5.
Hour and 5 it is.
So are we trying to figure out who is coming to purchase from Bertha?
There are a few things you guys could be doing. Who's coming to purchase from Bertha? Does Bertha know about it? Is there someone else involved in her crew that's doing the actual sale? What's going on? What is Golden Sand? Is anyone here taking it? There are a few.
There's
Few things.
Captain, I think that what was the club we were next to?
Cora's Den.
I
Chorus
think
Den,
that I
the
could
shittiest
do
place.
some reconnaissance at Cora's Den because if any place is going to have any information on this, it's going to be that.
Rala,
Yes?
look at me.
Yes?
I recognize that you are far and away the most likely person in this crew to be able to procure some club drugs.
Mhm.
And I say that non-judgmentally, and you seem to be quite open with that. Great. Because of that, and because I want to get this shit over with, I'm going to say yes. You may go search for the golden sand, preferably procure a bit of it, and then I want you, listen to me, to take it promptly to Doc Salunu for analysis. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
What are you not going to do with the golden sand?
Ingested.
Yes, correct. Very
that
good.
was
For
very
now.
specific, Captain. Even more specific.
You are not going to ingest the golden sand.
Mhm.
Understood?
Yeah, there's just like a little like angelic emoji on her visor.
Yep.
Understood.
All right. Go. Likewise, be back in an hour. You're fired.
Okay. So we
I'll be back
have
in like 4 to 5 minutes.
Diamant heading to ask around the lower wards, Rala going to Cora's Den to try and procure some drugs. Are the rest of you uh branching off to do your own thing? Anyone going in with Rala? Anyone not trust Diamant and want to go and shadow him? What are the rest of you doing before we
Only if
start
you're
to
cool with this, Char, because I don't want to I know I'm playing captain, but I don't want to literally order you around. So only if you're cool with this. But I would ask that someone go with Rala to make sure she's okay. And you got the
I'm
muscle.
gonna watch over the kid. Whatever. I'll go get a drink while I'm at it.
I
Okay.
think that was a yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And Sel would like to also go with them too, because she does a lot of stuff with Char. She actually understands. They understand, they have an understanding with each other. Plus, Sel knows that she looks very beautiful despite her personality, so she knows she can get away with a little bit more if she's with Rala.
Mhm.
There are quite a lot of younger, like maiden age Asari that work in the club, work in all kinds of clubs. A lot of what they do when they're in their sort of like first couple hundred years is working in bars or dancing or whatever, and just kind of getting out and seeing the world before they settle in for the next stage of their Asari life. So, you know, you could perhaps go in and utilize some of that familiar contact if you
Rala's
wish.
like putting her arm in Selenu's arm and walking with her.
Okay. And Captain and our pilot, what
I like
are
to think this
we?
just leaves the captain
Yeah.
and caveman just kind of
Yeah.
staring like, so.
So, do you want to know what I'm doing, or do you want to be ignorant of what I'm doing?
Tell me what you're doing.
I am going to go and find other Earthers who have made it to the Citadel or washouts from Alliance military and see what I can find out.
Oh. That's like a surprisingly reasonable, well thought out. Yeah, go do that. Yeah, that sounds
Okay, when things explode, it's all you said it was all right. Okay, bye.
anything explodes, you're fired. Back in an hour, you're fired.
And Captain, are you gonna wait to rally your team later, or are you gonna do something yourself?
He so wants absolutely fucking nothing to do with this job at all.
Yeah, yeah. There's
so
a lot
like,
of triggering content. Yep.
There's so much that he hates about this. And he just like is left standing there. Everyone just spiders off in
Yep.
different directions, and he's just left standing there. And he looks around and just sees like a street side just bar behind
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And goes and sits down and orders a drink.
Amazing. Okay. So we're gonna take it at the top with Diamant. You are going to inquire around the street. Um, are you asking around verbally? Looking around visually? What are you doing? What is your aim?
Yeah, Tiamat's well, first he's looking to find people who are working on their feet, the kinds of people who they're either dealing or connecting or maybe even hustling a little bit on their own time.
Yeah.
The kinds of people who just might be interested in giving a little to get a little bit more. And
Okay.
then he's looking to ask those people about this hot new thing that's been moving.
Yeah. I will allow you to take your pick of these two skills as they both kind of weave together in what you're trying to do. Um, investigation or persuasion? You're welcome to take whatever you're strongest at.
I'm going to go with persuasion.
Okay.
Just gotta go out on a little bit of a
Yeah,
limb here,
uses
but everybody loves a drill.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Listen. That Drell voice when you speak to them, the reverberation, listen. Drell.
God, 22.
Nice. Yeah, you start asking around. There are a few people that you're able to communicate with. At first you ask someone who's perhaps a little dismissive, and they're just like, yeah, I don't know, and they start trailing off other types of street drugs and seeing if you're interested in buying. They assume you're here to buy, and you're like, it's up to you whether you actually procured any. But they offer that, and then you eventually find a small group who are like, yeah, we've heard of Golden Sand. There's two humans and a Quarian in this little group that you're speaking to. And the more talkative of the three is this male human. He's kind of got sandy blonde hair and looking a little yeah, he does like clearly some labor intensive job, most likely, provided he has a job and enjoys himself. Maybe a lot of his money is spent on recreational things. Um he's like, yeah, I've heard of this golden Sun. It's new. Yeah, there's it's hard to get your hands on. Yeah. Um I heard a couple things. Um it's I mean, I haven't tried any yet, but you hear some stories, you know. It's uh
Kind of
boy,
thing that
but
makes you see the stars and then some, yeah.
yeah. It's makes you hallucinate, you know. It's have a bit of fun. I did hear, depending on the type of body that you got, it's uh affects certain people differently. Depends how much you take, you know. But if you're sensible, you looking to acquire?
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm a working man. I like to
Oh, Christ.
get things to people in need, and after I touched down here, I started hearing about it, but out everywhere else, I'm not hearing much of anything at all. And to me, that sounds like opportunity. And if opportunity is the kind of thing you like being cut in on, well, you tell me who just might be looking to get some of that golden sand moving and where they might be picking it up, and if we can make something happen.
Yeah. Well, there is one person that I know of that was saying that they could get some. I don't think there's a lot on the Citadel right now, and most of it's not for, public consumption, shall we say. But yeah, maybe we could I could get in touch with them for you for a price.
Yeah. What you thinking? What you thinking?
A couple hundred creds and I'll organize a little meetup for you.
And just a quick insight check.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah,
You can
the
you can do
classic
an insight check.
101.
Yeah.
21.
21. You're not convinced that he's speaking a big game about knowing someone and he could try and get in touch with you. The only thing that felt truthful in what he said is that this drug is actually really not easy to access for street use. Some people have been able to get their hands on it, but when he said that a lot of it is now no longer for public consumption, felt like the most honest thing that he's said. So, will he be able to organize a meeting? I don't know, but your 200 creds would be real nice for him right now.
I like the kid. I really do.
Mm.
You want 200 creds. You want a party. I get it. What about your friends? What about your friends there? They be invited to that 200 cred party you be having?
Yeah, I mean, you know, everyone shares in the good time.
Yeah. All right. And anyway, either of you. Yeah, and it's fine. We're all friends here. Doesn't know a damn thing, does he?
They just kind of, you see, the human kind of makes a little face, and gives a shrug. And the Quarian does that. I'm not getting involved. Kind of. You can't necessarily see facial expression, but they're like, don't bring me into this.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, here's what you're gonna do. I don't need people. I don't need people. I don't need indiscretion. So here's a 150 for a nice time.
Okay.
Be on your way.
Yeah. You hear just around the corner from this, in one of the other little side streets, they call it streets, it's just all like warehouse, somebody going, oh shit.
And with distressing, some might say distressing quickness,
Yeah.
Diamant is immediately around the corner. Like,
Yeah.
there's been barely enough time for
Yeah.
the credits to get tossed out before
Okay.
he is around to see what that is.
Yeah. So you see two things. First, conveniently, and thanks, chat. The cash that you were told that you would be able to pick up if you wanted is there, and you guys will momentarily be able to pick up some new rare kit for everybody, because thank you for the donations, everyone. The other thing you see, however, is a body of a human female, and you can see a couple people standing there looking shocked, looking at you with the face of "we didn't do it," and it's a disturbing scene. The face looks horrified, like pulled into an expression of horror, and you can see coming out the side like a yellow froth coming out of the mouth. This is for sure a deceased person, and perhaps some information to be gained for this investigation. What that means, however, and the kit that you get, we will discover after a break. It's time for break, everybody. Perfectly on the dot. Boom, 45. We're going to be breaking for about 15 minutes. We're going to be stretching our legs, hydrating, looking after yourself. I would encourage the audience to do the same, but please do come back in 50 minutes time to find out what's going on with this golden sand, and how much of a party are the little crew going to have when they get to Cora's Den. So yeah, do be back in 50 minutes. Go get a drink and rest.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
everyone. Welcome back to our game. This is our Mass Effect, our favorite game on the Citadel, which is game number 6 of 9 for this fundraising weekend here on Val's channel. This is the 8th year running that we've been doing this and raising money to help raise funds for children's hospitals. It's an excellent cause. We've had a number of donations come in so far in the first half. We are up to $500 out of our 1,600 goal. This goal is for the rest of the year, so this is the next few months. There are a few ways that you can interact with us and help us with raising money, aside from just getting the call out and having, spreading the word. You can use the donation links that will be popping up in chat to do direct donations. They are allowing us to acquire things such as the advantages people have been doing. We've also had extra kit that went out over the break time. And for $50, you could have them bump into Commander Shepard at some point, just for the lols. And so you can do that direct donations. Also any subs that come in, including if you have your Prime sub floating around, you could put that in, and Val is meeting all of those sub points for a direct donation of $1. I think I'm not sure how many she's sitting at the moment, but quite a lot, and that's for the rest of the year. That's not just for this weekend, and it's certainly not just for this month. It is all the way up to the end of December for all sub points, which is excellent. So yeah, interact if you can. Keep up that chat. I've been enjoying everybody's comments. It is wonderful. But let's bring ourselves back into the mission. So the crew of the Myrmidon have acquired a job. They're hopefully going to get paid this time, and they were given a mission from a Solarian that informs them that a drug called Golden Sand is out. It's still new, and the Solarian Special Tasks Group are looking to acquire this off the street to remove it from general circulation, run some tests just to figure out what it is and what properties are going on. The group, much to the chagrin of the captain, who definitely wants nothing to do with the Solarian Special Task Group for his own personal reasons, they're gonna do this mission. A few have broken off and gone to Corsden, which is in the wards of the Citadel, to try to procure some and hopefully do their own tests if they can. Some have gone off to find any humans who are perhaps lurking around, because we do know the person who's trying to buy this was a human. We've got the captain having a drink, much needed, to be honest, calming his nerves. And we had our quartermaster, Diamant, go off to try to ask around the slightly not unsavory sorts, but the people of the street, to find out a bit more information. And he did get given information from someone who mostly just wanted some money, but he knows that it's doing the rounds. He knows that it's a hallucinatory drug. And just as he was closing off, giving them some money to help them out, there was a cry from around the corner, down another side street. And as he went to find out, there's a dead body there. A dead body whose face is sort of frozen in a look of terror, and some yellow frothing at the mouth. Looks like an unpleasant death that this person had to go through. And a cache of equipment that the kind of donations of the chat have helped us get. So everyone is going to be kitted out when Diamant finds the group. Now, you've seen this body, you've found this the cache that you were told to get from your contact. How are you going to alert the crew, if at all, about what you have found?
Quick time check. Prism, how am I doing?
You are at 38 minutes.
Wow, that's acceptable. All right. Well, let's see if I can't work this out. So, first up, yeah, then he pitches his voice like to everybody else. All right. We all know the drill here. So first up, everybody else, go ahead and head out and about. You, When people start asking questions, we need to have these stories straight. If you're gonna, what happened?
Yeah. I was walking down the street. I was going out for a drink. I was gonna go meet friends, and I came past and I found the body. Does he the smile of like, was that good?
4.5 out of 10. You'll clean it up once you've had time to calm down. Now tell me what really happened.
I was going for a drink. I do need to go. I need to go meet my friends, and I go. What happened to them?
He looks up and then just quick inside check are they still trying to like just pitch the story they tell the cops, or is it
It
actually?
seems like this is.
Yeah.
It seems like this is a legitimately both real and true story. What they would intend to tell the cops, and they're like trying to process the shock of finding this on the street. Yeah.
And, damn it, why did it have to be you? All
Do you
right.
need me to tell CSEC? I mean, I could do something, or I can just walk away and pretend I didn't see anything.
You've already got your story, and that's what. And when CSEC finally comes knocking, because I'm sure they will, it's gonna be a good Samaritan somewhere in that crowd. That's what you're gonna tell them. Never pays. I'm not gonna bail you out. Anyway,
ACAB,
yeah.
am I right? All CSEC are bastards.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. And just last question before you go. The stiff.
No.
Great. And the party drug, what killed her? You been into that golden sand stuff?
What's golden sand? Is that what killed this person?
Probably.
Oh. I don't want to end up like that.
No, you probably don't. Move along.
Okay. They just start like shuffling away. They look like they shuffle in a particular direction, like still a little dazed, and then start like stop, and then realize they were going in the wrong direction, and just turn around and go the other way, heading in the direction of Cora's Den.
All right. Presume you and me both know I can't do autopsies. So, God, is there any chance that took 48 minutes?
I would say that by the time you eventually choose to go to find the captain, if you're finding him in person, it can take the time that you were hoping to design. It's up to you if you want to call in with certain team members. You can direct message people through your Omni tool without it necessarily going on blast to the whole crew. But we can jump ahead to other people while you take your sweet time getting back to the captain.
I take the doctor extremely seriously. I'm not wasting their time.
Yeah.
So like, does get like a message
Okay.
about like circumstances of the body, and that's the rest. I need to make sure that when the captain that I've got my story straight, that the captain will rehire me in short notice. And I'm sure that's going to take 50 minutes. Yep.
Yes, that'll take time. And you know what? You've got that whole cache that you have to like, because it's bulky. There's a lot of equipment in there. I'm
gonna like gift wrap this stuff. Let me work on it.
Yeah. You open up and you're like, surely this stuff, and you open up and you realize that there is, we're talking. This is like rare, maybe even Spectre only grade gear in here, and you're like, oh, I'm getting hired again. So while we deal with that, over in Cora's Den, we have our Quarian, our Asari, and our Krogan. You guys are rocking up, and as discussed, the music in here there's more boots and cats, and also you can feel it in your spleen. There is so much bass. There is also quite a lot of scantily clad people dancing, and for a point, unlike in the games, there are many different genders and bodies that are dancing here. It's quite the sight. How are you approaching your particular branch of this investigation?
Rala is integrating herself into the crowd and just
Uh-huh.
being a party girl.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
she's her goal is to integrate herself into the crowd and eventually you get approached or approach the people that you know are dealing drugs at the club,
Mm-hmm.
or at least see who they are, to try and get some information.
Yeah. So it doesn't tend to take terribly long. You can go to an area where you're also allowed to dance and not just the
Mm-hmm.
dances that are for show. And there's a couple people that you know are the sort who tend to sell these items, and you can wind your way over a little closer to them
Mm-hmm.
to try and
Mm-hmm.
buy. Um are your two compatriots joining you this mission, or are they just hanging back a little bit to keep an eye?
I think
She
Sel would hang back a little bit. She knows what she's like when people talk to her. Like, she knows that it makes people uncomfortable that she talks that way, but
Mm-hmm.
she definitely understands like what her body is like. So she's definitely swaying her hips a little bit more and sticking her chest out a bit to kind of
Yeah.
like distract away from what Rawl is doing, but keeping an eye on her. She's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like getting a little bit of flirty body motions with Char, just be like, I'm here with him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't fuck with
don't
me.
don't
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
bother.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So you two are able to hang back and act natural. Um
Yeah.
Sounds
uh
good.
yeah. And rather someone will approach and kind of do, there's like a facial expression that tends to be exchanged in venues such as this of you know,
Mm-hmm.
are interested and open for communication.
There's a little winky emoji on her visor.
Yeah, so you can go. There is a we'll say this is an Asari, maiden years, so just younger than Cell. Um and she kind of sidles up and is like, what kind of good time are you here for?
Just trying to get my mind off things and really just open myself to what's the world is going on about.
Mm-hmm. Um you will receive a message, basically something that pings through in your Omni tool that you can kind of bring up, and it is
Mm-hmm.
essentially a menu.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that there are a range of things that you are aware of, maybe even things that you as a crew have
Mm-hmm.
transported for people before, if you perform jobs like that. But you can see a range of things, and sure enough, there is golden sand on offer.
Hmm. Oh, this
She's
sounds
like not paying
new.
attention, like she's
Yeah.
kind of like you guys are just having a bit of a conversation, is
Yeah.
looking around and then letting you do your thing without it being obvious what
Yeah,
she's doing.
she's just dancing while she's
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
And she's like, which one's this one? I haven't seen this before. And just dancing with her. And she'll
Oh
point
yeah,
to the golden sand.
that's new. New. Yeah. You interested?
Possibly.
Mm.
How much?
Uh well, it depends on whether this is single dose you're looking for, multiple. She's like looking around, like not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily making
Yeah.
eye contact whilst talking,
Yeah.
but
She
is still
kind of
communicating with
dances
you.
to the
Mm-hmm.
point where kind of their backs are together, so it's not like they're actually talking
Yeah.
to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she does do bulk ordering.
Um, I don't handle the big bulk orders, no.
Well, I have a party happening soon, and I'm hoping maybe you could point me to someone that might do bulk ordering if tonight I like what I'm trying.
I only have access to small batches, so you'll have to inquire with someone else. But I can send you a few doses. It will cost you about 500 creds.
Mm,
You can see if you like it first.
Okay, how about give me 2 doses?
Hmm.
How much is that? 250?
Yeah.
She will just kind of like put pin like just right on her Omni tool, and then she'll get a little ding.
Yeah, there's like the little like
Mm-hmm.
exchange of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to exchange, and she turns around and motions like she is now starting to like properly dance up on
Yeah.
you, and getting very
Mm-hmm.
close and intimate, and you can feel a hand like moving down the small of your back,
Mm-hmm.
but is depositing something into one of
Mm-hmm.
the various pockets that people
Yeah.
realistically have. So you have your stash
She will,
deposited.
before she leaves, as they're like doing this exchange, very personal, intimate space. Do you know who I
Mhm.
could talk about bulk ordering?
Sure, I can ask if they don't mind people getting in touch.
All right, just let me know.
Mhm.
Thank you. And she'll just keep dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll dance with you a bit before it's obvious that
Yeah.
it's like now it's time to go find another customer, and then she'll
Mm-hmm.
she'll go off. But you have acquired some. It's
Mm-hmm.
currently in your back pocket, so I'm assuming you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna just be like whip it
No,
out.
she's dancing for a little bit, and
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
will start dancing closer to
Mm-hmm.
Selenu
Yeah.
and Char.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to move back to your crew and do the little face of like, we got it. And you guys can stay there and dance for a little bit because I know
She
you
does a
guys are
little
being right
like
back as well.
heart like this, and then you see
Yeah,
a little like hologram of a heart happening.
yeah. Um, so we can beam over to our pilot. Victor, you were going to be inquiring with some humans, correct?
Yeah.
Just to see
No.
if you can find out what's going on. How are we approaching this?
First things first, I'm hitting up essentially Citadel Walgreens.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop 2K in creds on like survival blankets, toiletries, bags, um, preserved meals, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and a sack to carry it all. And then I'm gonna hit up the lower wards looking for anybody that looks both human and probably former military that's on
Okay.
hard times and just
Yeah.
work the circuit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I don't mind making an investigation check for that.
I would say, yeah, investigation. And you know what? I think a few of you have advantages. There's a lot of advantages in there. Everyone had at least 4, which is from our donations from everybody. Thank you for being so generous, everyone. Y'all are wonderful. We're raising money for a good cause. So if you want to roll that investigation with advantage,
Will do.
I would say you're definitely going to be finding humans like that, but we'll see how useful the people are that you find.
19.
19. Nice. So there are few people that you find that look like they could do with a bit of a heads up. You see a couple that very clearly weather through, there's a certain look in the eyes for people who maybe served during First Contact War, or there's been a lot of conflicts.
Another thing you can use to tell is did do they roll up the pant leg? How tidy is their
Yeah.
laces on their boots?
Yeah,
that sort
yeah.
of thing.
Even in humble means, there's
Old
a
habits die
regimen to
hard.
them. Yeah. So you see a couple people. There's maybe even someone who has like a couple tattoos that you would identify as like, this person's clearly served. So you do find a few. One in particular, I would say her name is Shani. You can see a woman. She's maybe clocking into her 50s now. Looks like she did definitely serve. Is thankful as you approach, and then you're free to question.
Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Little care package. I'm not here for long. Just passing through the area, doing some freelance work. Somebody's passing around something new and nasty, and somebody doesn't like that. They've hired us. Somebody that's
Gotcha.
probably likely ex-military like us, got into the wrong crowd and is now dealing. Any gangs that have somebody like that that you know of running around here?
I'm gonna ask you to do another roll for this one, because what you get from her could be particularly juicy. So a persuasion roll. DC is not necessarily massively high because you've already put in the work to soften her resolve towards you. And again, there's
Only a 10.
okay. Uh, I I know of someone who they're not necessarily behind this, but they work for someone that I believe is behind this acquisition that you speak of. They said there's something big. They didn't tell me what the big is, so maybe there's something else big that's going on and it's not your something big. I don't know. But they've been signed up, shall we say, as many of us, and kind of indicates she's assuming that you also are like her. Turn to when needing work. They've taken up work with the Blue Suns.
I figured. Thanks, soldier. Keep your eyes open. And
Yeah.
because she actually divulged,
Yeah.
I'm gonna part with one of my weapons.
Ooh,
I'm gonna give
okay.
her co-pilot. It's Phalanx. That's been mildly upgraded.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. She looks
Stay
very
safe.
appreciative of this. Yeah. Thank you.
And head off.
Okay. Nice. I would say you can take a point of inspiration for that very kind gesture. So if at any point you decide you want to re-roll something, you go right ahead and re-roll it.
Will do.
So we've acquired various bits of information. We are all free to reconvene with our captain at the time of your choosing. Quite a few of your crew members arrived late.
Can I say that she gave this sorry lady like some contact to like let her know if the other person wants to talk to her?
It seems as if once you've made a sale with her, she has a means of like there's a connection between Omni tools that she'd be like, yeah,
Got it.
I can use that as
You
contact
have her
information.
Venmo information saved now.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
She'll send me like one cred with like a message.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Emma, before we get together, I would just like to do a little something with the captain at the bar
Please
by himself
do.
because something that's like this is so like stuck in his craw is like he is sitting here like why the fuck does the STG want drugs? What are they going like? Obviously, Caveman has his theory about this that they're going to make some kind of bioweapon out of it, but Solarians don't. Solarians literally created a plague that makes Krogans infertile, and they did it.
You
from
don't
scratch.
say.
Yeah, I know it's news to you, bud.
Yeah.
But like Solarians are the greatest scientists in the galaxy. They don't need a sample of some drugs to manufacture a bio. They just don't. They're better than that. So what's really going on here? So he's like sitting at the bar by himself, and he's like, I think he's doing that thing where he's like, I'm not going to be working. I'm going to drink, and I'm not going to work. I'm not working. But he won't get out of his brain.
Yeah.
And he's just like mulling it over. And if there's like I don't know, some kind of role I can do here to try to like glean some information about why.
I mean, I would say either insight or investigation play into what they're doing, possibly history as well. I will allow you to choose.
I'm gonna go with insight for my
because those three things weave together. We're looking at motives. We're considering what you know about the special task group. We're looking at
okay. And fuck it, I'll use one of my advantages.
You guys have a bunch. Again, thank you everyone for donating.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I will use that.
Okay.
That is a 23, my friend.
Yes. You know that they definitely do not need to acquire some drug that's on the streets just to investigate it. Certainly not to make bioweapons. They absolutely can and will just make their own if they needed one. And even you have your own personal beef with the history that you have with them, but also an understanding for how they work and the reality of the situation, because even when it comes to what they made for the Krogan, it wasn't done maliciously necessarily. It was a necessary step, they believed, to be taken to avoid like galaxy-wide destruction and potentially wiping out other races. So they did it in a means that this isn't necessarily going to cause painful deaths in people. It was a way of population control, and so they have their own way to logic it. Yes, other people could poke holes in the morals of it, but in terms of Solarian morals, it wasn't done as a weapon. So it's unlikely that is their cause. So there's clearly something else they need this substance for. It's also unlikely to be drugs because, typically speaking, in a cultural sense, alcohol and drugs aren't really something that Solarians get into very often, just because of their own, again, sort of like the literal genetic makeup of them is not necessarily about them. So it probably isn't recreational use either. There's something else about this golden sand that clearly they either know about or they're trying to find out about.
And they somehow, for some reason, can't make it themselves. That they
Yeah.
need to acquire it, they can't make it themselves. So there's something
Yeah,
very special
yeah,
about this stuff.
yeah. Yeah. So they can't make it themselves, or like what little few there is, because it's like people can't make their own Ezo. So when you find a source of Ezo, you're like, I'm gonna try and absorb, like, get my hands on any and all of it that I can. So yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's interesting
something.
though. The fact that you compare it to Ezo, which tells me that maybe it's something that's naturally occurring,
Yeah,
that it can't
or
be manufactured.
there's something that it is both dangerous and also not. There's clearly something. There's something. Your brain is ticking, and you're like, there's something there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just sipping at his drink and like he's looking around the bar
Mm-hmm.
to see if anyone just looks high. Basically, like he doesn't know what effect this stuff has. So
Yeah. Not necessarily in here, no. And it's kind of as you're looking around to see if anyone is arriving, that's probably about the point at which your crew start to arrive. I imagine first is going to be perhaps Victor, I imagine.
No, he's going to be prompt because
Yeah.
he figures he has time with the
Mhm.
captain before
Mhm.
Shar gets there.
Yeah.
To divulge what he knows.
Yeah.
Because he knows as soon as he mentions that particular merc group is a 50-50 chance of whether or not he goes berserk.
Yes. It's a tough thing with any Krogan to try and avoid that blood rage, but like one in particular who has anger management issues, yeah.
the second you arrive, caveman, the captain pulls up his Omni tool and presses a stopwatch that he had ready. That you just see like
Yeah.
caveman blinks out like,
Yeah.
oh, good, you're on time. And I haven't even finished my first drink.
Mhm.
And to the vet, she was incredibly helpful.
What do you got?
No sons. Yep.
Well, we have to tell him.
We need to get out of collateral damage range.
Yeah. Is there a way we can get Char somewhere else in short order?
I would say if we're going to divulge this particular kind of information, that we go to a loading bay.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Let's not do it here.
No,
So maybe just keep.
There's too many things and too many people that can break.
Yeah, keep that under your flat cap for now, please and thank you.
Mm-hmm. After that, and puzzling it for a moment, the three from the club will come back. So you have Rala, Cell,
You
and
did a great
Char.
job, kid. I wasn't expecting you to be able to do something that smoothly.
You clearly have not spent enough time with me.
Yeah, that's been on purpose.
That's so rude. I am a great time.
He like
mm,
mimes to Char, like, did she?
So you want to take this one? I literally can't. I can't.
Gladly. Yes, we acquired the substance.
Good. I figured you would. Did she?
No.
Great. Grand. Wonderful.
You know I can hear you, right?
Yes, I do.
I told you I wouldn't take any, so I don't think why it's a surprise that I didn't.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, why would I try to ingest an experimental drug that's new to the scene that the SDG want? And on the job, come on.
She's smart. Gotta give her that, Captain.
And she will hand over. She will clasp the captain since like should really trust me more often. And inside is the 2 doses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed.
It is in fact golden, and I mean like actual like gold, not just like, you know, a golden color of yellow, like golden crystals inside that look like, you know, you might have acquired it off some fancy beach somewhere.
Curious. Captain, may I have one of the doses?
Yes, absolutely. And please run any diagnostics you need to on it. And he tosses it to you.
And she'll put it in her bag. She does have a chemist kit with her, but it's a basic one. So if they could get somewhere like wanting to talk to Char, she can maybe run some tests on it quickly.
Yeah.
Not
Go
in an
back to
open
the
bar.
We could go back to the ship. Talk more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to place bets on when Diamant will show up?
I've got 20 minutes after you've set the time.
I think
Hmm.
10. I think
I'm
10
giving
turns
him-
like he knows.
I'm giving him 30 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
35.
We're gonna
15?
use we're gonna use space prices right rules. It's closest without going over.
Fair.
Rest in peace, Bob, too. I don't know why I'm giving shout outs to all the old dead white guys. Rest in peace, Bob. Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. Diamant, how long after the hour do you arrive?
Well, okay, first off, on the hour, Solano receives a message about the dead body, like, you know, like with some pictures, like, you know, like along with like a don't know how long, like a don't know how long it'll be before CSEC gets here.
Mm-hmm.
On my way, and at which point, like, he then immediately like turns out, diverts to get like an overnight at a nearby like half decent Capsule Hotel, because he knows exactly what he is about to do. That's a solid 15. Let's see, what part of the city are we in? Gotta it's about then like another 15 minutes, and then he rounds the corner with a very with a surprisingly hefty suitcase that he definitely was not carrying before.
Yep.
So that's a total of 30 minutes late, you were?
Yep.
Aw.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that goes to
Char
Char.
gets it. Yeah. It's just a quick, just a deep sigh as Diamant comes in and just a swiping of the Omni tool as all of a sudden Char gets 100 credits from Caveman.
Pleasure
He gets
doing
100 from
business with
Rala as
ya.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Diamant, nice of you to join us. What do you have there?
Captain, my captain, I have information.
Yep. Nope, didn't ask that. What are you carrying?
Suitcase.
Cool. Could you give that to Char, please?
Just give me a second, Cap. And pops like clicks it like partway open, like reaches in to like an obviously extremely expensive visor that he immediately like clicks on, closes it back up. Here you go, big guy.
I'd like to think that when it opens, maybe this is a suitcase that has a light in it. It's very much that Pulp
Glows.
Fiction, like the glowing suitcase.
Caveman
he
can't help
slides it over,
himself
yeah.
and just whistles as the case
Yeah,
opens.
yeah, you woo, right. So as each person kind of gets a chance to have a little look inside, you will see various pieces of kit in there that you are able to acquire. What fun things did everyone pick? Also, again, thanks, Chat, for your direct donation.
And
This
thank you for all
cache
the
of
cool
goodies
shit.
came from you.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the Pulp Fiction suitcase. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I grabbed the captain reaches in and is like, oh, wonderful. And just there's like a big fucking like huge barrel that he just grabs, reaches in, screws it onto the end of his SMG. Wonderful,
Yeah.
thanks. Just straps that back on.
Amazing.
So I got extended barrel 3, which is a Spectre level upgrade that makes my SMG super baller.
Yeah.
There is hard eyes on Rolla's visor. Little pixelated hard eyes as she goes into the suitcase and starts putting together the Black Widow, and she's, do you know how rare these are? These are like, oh my god.
Spectre level equipment, kid.
It's Spectre level equipment, because these are way better than the within the the one I have, the M98 Widow. Okay. This
Have
is like
fun. Careful though. That
this
thing's
is
got
so
to
much
kick like a
better.
horse.
Oh my
though.
god, oh my
It's
god.
yeah, that gun is gonna kick like a horse.
That's
You can
gonna
get
dislocate your
bruises.
shoulder if you're not careful.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll train.
What did everyone else get?
Caveman just pulls out a bunch of different polymers and ceramics. I'm getting energized plating.
Energized plating, yeah.
Smart call.
Yeah.
Sel chose the same. She was just looking around in there and saw another one, and she's like, "That's sure."
It's probably something that you can just kind of clip on and
Yeah,
it does the...
just like it just
yeah,
grab and easy.
yeah.
Like she's like, "I'm not fussing with all this."
And Char reached in and saw the Guess Plasma SMG
Yeah.
and immediately was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great. Now that we're all kitted up, we'll be taking this back to the ship. And Diamant, you are fired. Great. So, put it
See
on
you
her
tomorrow,
serving
boss.
beside you. Take care. Let's head back to the ship, folks. We have some talking to do.
Boss,
I need to bedazzle this.
I have a feeling Diamant has information.
And like the amount's like already like with practice, exaggerated when it's like turning to walk away.
Cigarette in mouth. Oh yeah, wait.
I mean, Captain,
Slideshow of images.
Does the
It doesn't
Columbo.
make,
And one more thing.
Oh yeah. Good old
it doesn't make
Columbo.
it for the money he's lost us, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's a nice gift. You gotta admit that.
Diamant.
Hmm? Oh,
Would you
yeah.
care to-
Relian, yeah? What's you need?
Would you care to share your information with us, independent contractor Diamant?
It's gonna cost you.
This fucking guy. How about I give you your job back?
Yeah, well, I suppose it'll have to do.
Great, you're hired. What'd you learn?
All right, so
Should
First,
we talk at this ship?
Yeah, walk with me, talk with me. Come on.
Yeah.
Go back
So-
to the
Yeah,
docking
yeah.
bay.
Yep.
Back to the ship, yeah. You guys can be informed. Also, Doctor, you can run your diagnostics with it. I'm assuming it's a medicine roll. I don't think there's any other new additional skills on there for that. So if you want to roll that just to see what you can discern yourself from your drug, and you can use Bertie to help give you some background info while Diamant informs the rest of the crew about what happened.
Sure. Can I use one of my advantages on this?
Yep, 100%. They're there to be used.
All right, let's do.
Thank you, chat, for your
medicine.
generosity. Hey.
Nice.
23.
So over to enough time for Diamant to tell the story about the body that he found, for Rala to bedazzle the new gun.
Oh, she will
Um,
also let them know that she might be able to get a meeting with this person.
if needs be, yeah. And what you're able to find, not only with the drug, so the actual like chemistry of it, you discover that sure enough, there does appear to be hallucinatory properties in high doses. In extremely high doses, this is very deadly. And particularly if in more of a fine powder than the crystalline form, airborne, this could create dirty blast bombs. This is not good. So in the wrong hands, this could be bad. I will say that through your VI Bertie is able to find out that it seems there is a research paper that was put out. It was not necessarily in doing the rounds in terms of a big audience, so it takes him a while to find the file itself. But there is research that somebody did on a drug that matches the properties. So the actual strain, the chemical strain that you were able to get of what this is, it matched up with this paper that was like last year that it went out. And it seems that this drug has a name, halonazine, and that in small doses, this doctor was saying that she was finding it was making good grounds in treating a rare wasting disease that is affecting a population of biotics. And she was hoping to try and acquire some to help treat this. And it seems that whatever this disease is, can be treated with small doses of this drug. The paper didn't seem to go very far. You're not sure from what you've been able to find just through the VI beyond the paper itself, because he's not fully AI.
Yeah.
But you find out that extra detail in what you do.
Was she able to figure out in the chemical compounds if it was naturally occurring or something synthetic?
It seems that minerally it could exist in nature, and when it was first found it was existing in nature, but it's one of those minerals that can be synthetically created under the right conditions. So you could mass market this, but it's something that in a small sense it's a difficult thing to find, this one rare mineral.
How long would it take Cell to try and recreate it?
To redo a while. You would need would need to actually go somewhere with, I mean, your ship's equipment is good for a lot of things. Creating stuff, you would actually need to get in a lot of stuff in order to do that, but it's clearly possible. But the fact that you've not heard of it and that there isn't further papers on this suggests that this person found something it could be used to treat, and there's clearly a disease that is affecting a certain population somewhere, that this could be helpful for him.
Yeah. So she'll take all of her notes and have Bertie store all of them, so they're not like laying around anywhere.
Yeah.
And go make her report.
Yeah. So a few things to lay out to you guys as we head into the final little stretch of this. It seems that there's a few options for you, and you can discuss as a team where you go with this. We know now various properties of this drug. We're aware that there is clearly some kind of handover going on from stock that involves Big Bertha. We know that there is a person who clearly works for the Blue Suns who's trying to acquire it for unclear, but probably not the let's go and heal some people. In terms of options, acquiring this stuff and getting it back to Okar will get you guys cash. Great stuff. What you were getting from him was a cut, so maybe you could take this straight to the STG and get all the money is an option if we're in the market for that. It could be that you want to try and acquire this and find this person who wrote this paper to try and cut out all of that. It means not necessarily getting any money, but it could mean helping a lot of people. There are options. There's a road bump in that you're going to have to go and deal with these Blue Sun son of a bitches, and you are going to have to break that news
First,
to Char.
you Emma, you gave us literal Paragon and Renegade options for this.
Did I?
You
This is yeah.
jerk. Damn
But
it.
unlike the game, there isn't just the two options. Technically, there's a secret third option of like being extra greedy.
That's true.
Renegade, Renegade Light, and Paragon.
I like to think of it as Renegade and Renegade Plus.
Yeah.
Renegade,
I like
Renegade Plus. Yeah, plus,
Yep.
plus, plus. Yeah. Renegade Prime.
I would like a little scene
Yes.
where me and Caveman go to talk to Char to break the
Yes,
news
we
now that we're
can
safely on
absolutely
the ship.
we can do that scene. We can decide as a group how we want to deal with it, and then we can resolve how this finishes off. So please have your scene.
Yeah, Caveman has put his helmet on for this one.
That's a good idea.
He's
That's a
got
good
the
idea.
death mask on,
Yeah.
full kit. Is just
Yep.
he's going, okay, just like filing chances away. I have a 75% chance of taking a headbutt. Helmet on.
Yep.
Yeah. Carapace, I'm good.
Yep.
But
You got to lean forward into it so he's not getting your core. Yeah, so it's definitely going
I
head.
do not need to have
Yeah.
my sternum relocated.
he knows. I think he knows. Char is the kind of guy as a Krogan that like
Mm,
if the captain goes to him with a pistol behind his back just
Yeah.
in case. Char
Yeah.
is not the kind of person I think that would take offense to that. He gets it. Like it's
Not at all.
you
he
know,
Not at all.
understands.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
He's like, smart move.
Smart-
I would
no, no, but
consider
yeah.
you a fool if you didn't.
Right, that's what I
Mhm.
would do. Sure, yeah, right. So I think he like
Yeah.
they're like they meet on I think they meet on the bridge.
Uh-huh.
And they're like because there's that elevator there so they can get down there.
Yeah.
And it's just him and Caveman right now and they're going to go down and see Char. It's like, okay. What's our strategy here because if he loses it, one thing I don't think either of us, even by our powers combined, could stop him, but also, I mean, we have to, right? I mean, this mission doesn't go forward if he doesn't know.
I've got 4 smoke grenades.
Oh, not what I thought you were going to say. Go on.
That can buy us time. And then you can initiate lockdown procedures
Okay.
and give him time to cool off.
Prism?
Yes, Captain. Sorry, I was busy.
What,
How
were
an
you in the-
AI is busy, you're not yet. Yep.
Were you in the bathroom, Prism? Why were you busy?
Yeah, the little AI room. What can I do you
You're
for,
hilarious.
Captain?
Great. So, I need to know, Prism, if we're just going to make a little understanding between the two of us here, okay?
A thought
Uh,
experiment. Let's go.
Sure, great. Yeah, wonderful. Caveman, give me a code word for Prism here. What do you got?
Fuck.
Fuck. Okay.
Mm,
If Caveman says fuck in that particular tone of voice,
mhm,
we
mhm.
need you to initiate full ship lockdown procedures.
Excellent. Anybody's life support needing shut off?
Whoa, holy shit. No.
Okay.
I've told you not to joke about that. Please do not joke about that.
I am an innocent AI. I don't know what you're talking about.
There is no such thing as an innocent AI. And please do not even joke about shutting off someone's life support. Do you understand
Understood.
Great.
Yes, Captain.
that? Yeah, good talk. Okay, go away. All right, bye.
All right, bye.
I know you're still listening. Okay.
And
great.
like you just hear and there's a light because I like the little round like hologram, but it's been rigged up so that it's all multicolor rainbow because that's how Rella installed her. And then you just hear like she's coughed. You may carry on.
Okay. And he like lowers his visor. Let's go. And they hit the elevator to go down to see Char.
Yep. Like, the captain's got the pistol behind his back.
Oh yeah.
Caveman has a smoke grenade primed.
Like thumb on the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a M25 Hornet with an extended barrel behind his back just to go down there. And what's Char up to, my dude?
I'm down there calibrating the guns.
Oh, of course, someone has to be calibrating the guns.
Sorry, I
Always.
can't. I'm calibrating the guns. Talk to me. I love you, Garrus. Okay.
Oh, we're just gonna get stuck in a dialogue loop with Char, where he's keep telling us to come back later because he's calibrating. Hey, Gunner.
Hi, what's with the
What?
helmet there?
Oh, this-
Caveman?
Safety precautions.
Safety precautions.
For what exactly? What's going on, you two?
We're facing Blue Suns.
He
What?
just pulls the pistol, pulls the gun,
Throws
out,
a grenade, just goes right back into the elevator, is hitting the door and saying, fuck, 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 fuck.
You guys hear the chattering of your hijack going like scuttles away and runs away, almost as if it knew it had to run away. So Pat
Don't lock
Sajak
the
has run off.
hijack in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Prism, fuck! Prism, fuck!
Ah, okay.
I start chasing
Suddenly-
him down.
Yeah, everything goes into lockdown. All of you in the ship are suddenly like, what the hell? As everything goes down, power grid goes off, lights go off, it's a red light, it's like emergency.
We
I
totally
can't
have that moment of
dazzle
like
in this lighting.
him charging at the doors, like as the elevator doors
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
It's the full-on horror movie thing of there's an imprint
Bullshit.
in,
Yeah.
in the elevator door.
Yeah, a little spotlight came over you as you said that, Rala. As she got your back, you get a little spotlight to
you.
bedazzle in. Yeah.
Sel is gonna be extremely annoyed, and
Yeah.
she's gonna she probably understands what's going on, and she's gonna go straight towards Char.
Yeah.
She's gonna try and mind meld him and calm him down.
Okay.
So you kind of you walk in, and there's like a moment where like I'm assuming there is some rage going on. So you go to. Do you just immediately go up and just be like, "Right, buddy,
Oh, there's still smoke
Yeah, it's just
everywhere
like-
too
Sun-
from the smoke.
Yeah.
sun's
The
getting
grenade's
real
still going.
low. Sun's getting real low."
What a
What's the line? Embrace eternity. You
Is
can
that
mind
what
meld.
you're doing?
Mhm.
Extremely annoyed. I am calming you down.
They said they're blue suns.
Understood.
I don't need calm. I need rage.
Not right now, you don't.
Listen. Either I rage here, or I'm raging the moment we step off of the ship.
Very well. Please do it
Thank
somewhere else.
I'll like go to the very far back, like as far back as I can go into the cargo bay, and I just start punching the walls.
Yeah,
Aggressively.
there's probably a built-in system with like extra thick metal that is like Char's punching spot that you're allowed
Right,
to
yeah.
go and just like,
Like, he's gotta
it's not
have
gonna
punching
damage
bags
the
somewhere.
ship.
There's a sign
Yeah.
above it that says Charles punching spot.
Yeah, it's like the foam mallets for you to just like get your rage out without hurting
Mhm.
anyone.
Oh, we totally
Um,
need to build our next module we're
yeah.
adding is we're making a rage room for
Yeah.
Char.
A rage room. There's some like ceramics you buy in just for the purpose of getting broken. But you're able to kind of take your rage out. Eventually, I'm assuming there's
I'll calm
enough
down.
rationale to know that the
Mhm.
crew aren't to blame, and actually, the Blue Suns being behind this means you may get the opportunity to go and kick their ass. This is a good
Exactly.
thing. This is a good thing. So, with the paths in front of you, knowing the possible outcomes, knowing what you may have to do to achieve this, what is the plan on how you're going to get to that point, and which of the choices are you choosing? What are the crew going to do?
Are we having a crew meeting?
Think we
You can
it
have a
right
crew
Yeah.
meeting. Yeah, yeah.
We
Not
gotta
terribly
have a
long.
crew
We're
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
just-
closeout stages. But yeah,
Yeah.
what are we deciding as a crew? You may talk to each other and make this decision.
All right, so Captain, just to be clear, we're not cutting out Okar and going straight to the source for extra cash, right? Because we could. Pretty sure I even know who I need to call.
We are not under any circumstances going to the STG directly. No.
Cool.
Why don't we just give it to this doctor?
Yeah,
I bet that
Sel
doctor's
votes to give it
broke.
to the doctor.
I think
I
that
vote
doctor's
for
broke.
murder.
I can just pick up a few like jobs in Omega, like just pimping out some vehicles, and we can make some money.
We're gonna have to pay to get to Omega.
Friends?
Money is inconsequential to me at this point.
But yeah, we still gotta get this stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Doc, this other Doc, who do they work for?
That wasn't part of the paper.
I can like totally look up those files for you if you like.
Please.
Prism!
Okay. Yes, Captain.
You're listening again, but yes, please look it up.
I'm always listening.
That's the problem.
And then
isn't it?
suddenly, like, the lights go red and she goes, I'm always listening. And then there's like a moment, and then it goes rainbow again and she starts laughing.
That's her job,
Oh.
Captain.
Rala, what do you think?
Oh, I think that we could also like split the package that we get and like send some to like this guy and get like part of the payouts and then the other one to this doctor.
Okay. Maybe there's still money to be had there. Which of these allows Char to kill Blue Suns? Because seems like he's
All of them, it seems.
All
because
of the above.
Yes.
Oh,
The
great.
the acquisition will be occurring and you guys can go, obviously we won't be role playing at the fight, but you're able to go and take care of business in order to get the drugs to then make the decision about what you're going to do with them. Out of interest, you guys are able to find where this deal is taking place. You have to go to a hangar bay in order to find them. It seems that this person, and a little bit of reconnaissance shows you that this human who's acquiring it, particularly those of you who would have reason to know this, you do notice this guy as you're kind of watching from the shadows, that he has his forearms are exposed because he just looks like he's someone who's working in shipping. But you notice an interesting tattoo on his arm that looks like it's acid. And a couple of you, possibly even Char himself, is like, the Blue Suns, normally somewhere on your body you have to have a Blue Sun tattooed on you, and when you're doing underground ops, you literally use an acid wash to remove the tattoo, and then you will get tattooed again once you are done. So you're like, that's the guy. You're able to go and have this encounter, and instead of role-playing out the whole fight, I would like everyone to choose your weapon of choice, and roll an attack, and we'll see who kicks ass the most, because I feel like some of you guys like the bragging rights when you are fighting.
Okay,
Bear
let's
in
see.
mind you have various advantages left over, so if anyone wants to
Yeah.
take the advantage route,
Yeah,
go
fuck
for it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Hell
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
If we got
yeah,
enough to go
yeah.
around.
There's
Go
gonna be
ahead.
advantage
Yeah.
all day. Oh my god, I rolled 2 natural
Oh.
ones. I rolled 2 natural ones with
Captain.
advantage.
Captain, I'm not captain, my captain.
I am
Ooh.
retiring.
I have to
You're...
cut it.
I love that.
Unbelievable.
I rolled a 24.
Yes, we have a few
28.
28s in there. We have, yeah, we're doing, you know what? We're all clearly kicking ass. A couple of you
I
clearly,
would not say all of us are clearly kicking
not
ass.
No.
all of us. The captain,
think-
I love the comment there. I think the captain is fired. I feel like the captain
I-
is like,
The
I'm gonna have to
captain
fire
fires
myself.
himself.
We're
Yeah.
firing the captain.
I would like to say that for this entire scene, like Rala was not part of like this talk at first. She
Uh-huh.
immediately went full tactical cloak and got an advantage point with the Black Widow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as the captain is fighting, you see that the some of them that he's taking down are just
Mhm.
getting like headshotted by her.
He totally
He's
thinks
fighting-
doing
yeah.
well.
He
Yeah.
thinks he's doing well, but
Yeah.
it's her. She's covering his back. Yeah.
Oh, Rala, bless you.
There's maybe a moment where the person who is the leader, you would recognize, the legate is coming up, and it looks like he's about to point blank get the captain, and it's like, is it the end? And then that's probably when another headshot comes in. But you're all able to do it. You there's a moment where you guys, even though it feels like the fight is done, there's just still like crowing and roaring as Charlie's
yeah,
like,
no.
just, you're like, stop, he's already dead.
I've thrown out
Bloody
my
pole.
hologram. I have my hollow fury going. I'm
Yeah.
in the full blood rage.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping
Yeah.
me right now.
There's a moment where you take one of the Fenris mechs, which they had, and you just lift up and just rip it
Yeah.
apart with your bare hands. It's great.
Rala just appears in the background, just like bopping,
Yeah.
still just watching Charges like rage.
I think
Yeah.
the captain just tells everyone just tells him, like, looks at everyone in the eye, like, just let him go. Just let him go.
Just let him-
It's
I would
fine.
say for flavor as well, because why not? I would say that maybe even Rella is able to use some of your over like tech abilities, and you can hack into one of these Fenris mechs, and you guys get a Fenris mech for your crew.
good,
now
we have a
that's,
dog.
that's programmed
yeah.
for you.
Yes.
Yeah, you get a robo dog.
She's going to come in from the back, and she's like,
Uh-huh.
"Guess what I got?" And you just hear the boom, boom, boom.
And in a poetic way, not only did the crew end up choosing the Paragon option, I might add, but very thematically, we were able to help some sick kids today with
That's true.
acquiring this drug, which, you know, in intense doses was terrible and horrible, and the Blue Suns probably were going to do something really nasty and grisly with it, but you were
What
able to
Blue
take it
Suns?
instead to a planet where it seems that there are some training facilities for young biotics, and you're able to help them and bring some treatment their way. So I feel like that is a beautiful and poetic way to end this story. And to some of you, I imagine you probably got paid pretty nicely once you got there as well. So the moral victory, but you're able to get yourselves fed. As you realize when you land, there are a few people there who were doing this research who suddenly find themselves in need of transport off planet. Oh, look, you're going to be escorting some people in your ship, and you get paid. So
That's where the campaign starts.
that's where the
Right?
campaign starts. Absolutely. Hey, listen, if y'all want to see us again, you just let us know. But thank you, everybody. This has been a wonderful game. Y'all have been wonderful players. We have helped sick kids both in and out of game. There's some wonderful, generous donations that came in from people over chat. We're at $505 now, which is amazing. You guys really showed up. So thank you for showing up, for interacting in chat. We are going to go around and we'll do our outros, but first of all, I just want to point out that we're going to be back tomorrow morning. This is the last game of today. Back tomorrow for 3 more games, the last 3, 8 a.m. PST and 11 a.m. EST for more games. You can also check out the Twitter. Various things will be coming out in the chat as well. So I have been Emma Hamley on the internet. I will start us off with my outro. You can find me on Thursdays over at Girls on These Worlds, where I'm playing an Aliens RPG, more space, but definitely more horror than humor. We lost our first person on Thursday, our first crewmate, and there's xenomorphs everywhere. Yikes. These are not aliens that you want. I mean, maybe people do want to, you know, I'm not here to kink shame. Anyway, you can find me there on Thursdays. But thanks for showing up. So if we just go same order that we did our intros, so we're starting with Kay, work our way around. Where can we
Hey,
find
Emma,
you? Who are you?
Can I ask a question of the group
Yeah.
for outros, which is,
Absolutely.
I just want to know for my own edification,
Yeah.
and as my last act as your captain, I want to know what you spent your cut on.
Oh.
What did you
Yes.
splash out on with that good prize money?
Good prize money. What did you buy? Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. Thanks, Captain.
Rincoal and shotgun ammo.
Yeah. So, okay, you take it away first of all.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kay or Kay Phoenix on the internet. This is the only game I'm in for right now because we're in off season for Dragon Age and Darkness Unbroken. In this game, I played Selenu, our Asari with an Elcor parent. So she has this personality. She was our Vanguard medic. And you can find me when either I'm in another game or Dragon Age starts up next season.
Yeah. What did she spend her money on?
She actually requested to stay on planet with the person who was doing the research for the sick kids to help out. So she took a vacation with her money and she got herself a nice place to stay. And she did some research and she took a sabbatical.
Oh, nice. Okay. She's like, I'm gonna fire myself for a little while, Captain.
Yeah, well, you can't take a sabbatical because you're fired.
Too bad I quit.
Hi, Chris.
All right. Hi, everybody. I got a chance to play Erdnot Char today. This is the only game that I've been part of. First time doing this in a streaming setting, so it was a lot of fun. Make sure you guys can donate if you can. And yeah, I'll see you the next time.
Yeah. What did he spend his money on? I know you gave a partial answer. Is that what he spends his money on?
He literally is sitting in the cargo bay, basically having that after sex drink. It's just like dead blue suns are good blue sun.
Yeah. Cheers to that. All right, Satan.
Hi everyone, my name is Satan, and I have played your favorite Rave Corian tonight. And she spent her money on ammo for her new gun. New what others would call junk, but like new stuff to pimp out their new mech. There's definitely it's definitely gonna mash the ship.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
and she asked the captain if she didn't ask the captain, she made the captain go on a little food tour.
Okay.
So that he can experience other flavors.
Seasonings.
And seasonings. Yeah.
This is called
very
pepper.
good.
Oh no.
This is called cilantro.
Yeah.
This
Seasoning
is called...
and a chroma flare paint job for your Fenris.
Yeah.
So the voice of God is gonna be here and watch the captain has the thing where cilantro just tastes like soap.
Yes.
Also it kills him because he
can't eat plants. Yeah.
Insult to injury. It tastes like soap and also makes him die.
It really, it does.
Well,
taste
they
like
have
soap,
the same dietary restrictions or similar, so she would know what to. I don't, but she would know.
They're equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. And Pope.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Build on all of the internets. If you want to see more of this silly face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Normally on Monday nights, 3 p.m. Eastern over on Wandering DM, we are doing Montreal by Night, our Vampire Masquerade game where you can see me be absolutely terrible. But on this Monday night, you will see a small little thing with a Ravnos going John Wick on a city. So definitely tune in for that. And then normally on Sundays, but not this Sunday due to the weekend, over on Praxagora Thesbophoria, I know that's a lot of words, we're doing a special sort of urban fantasy throughout the decades with Carousel Court. So if you want to see some Southern Gothic, please tune in. That is on 8 p.m. Eastern over on Praxagora Thesbophoria. As for what Caveman's spending his money on, a culinary course for Prism, restocking the kitchen stores, and getting some caveman-proof medication before the doc takes her sabbatical, so he can essentially fill in while she's on vacation.
She can always send you stuff. She's working in a lab. You can just send her requests and she'll just send you packages.
Rala needs her other dog. She needs antibiotics.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No, it's just like, yeah, please guide my brutal tiny brain through being able to help Rala through the regular maintenance.
Yeah.
And that's where the money's going. And thank you all so much for being here. We're live on YouTube stories, nothing but God's audience. You're much part of this as we are. Take care of yourselves when we're. Thanks for donating. And remember, that donation link goes on for beyond this campaign. So
Mhm.
if you got a little bit of dosh and you want to put towards a good place, save that link, hit that link. Take care, everybody.
Agreed. Here. All
Phone Wars
right.
has my favorite outros.
Yeah.
So-
So
happy.
wholesome. Diam.
Oh, yeah, and less wholesome news. I have been Diamant, and but elsewhere, I am at Justin Dyson on Twitter. Twitch.tv/Shinobi, maybe once in a while. And eventually, you might even get more familiar with my proper name because I have started writing, and in a couple of months, I'm going to start publishing too. So pay attention and keep your minds open. But speaking of things you need to keep open, I see them wallets. I've seen them open up once. Let's see them open up again. We got more games coming after this, and we got time thereafter. Help save some kids. And speaking of saved kids, Tiamat is not really here for them kids. So that money is getting spent on improving his own womb because this whole business is feeling awfully moist, and Drell
He
needs
needs
to
a
be
dry
in,
room. Yeah.
need to be in properly dry environments,
Yeah.
and more to the point, I need to be one thing. If there's one thing he knows about doctors, it's that doctors get up to some shit, and doctors who have had to be working with kids for weeks and weeks and weeks, they've got to be pent up something fierce, and that
Mm.
means they've got needs, and well, just we got fun and games, we got everything you want, so you come on by, spend a little bit more.
Yes,
They
Cell
go
would
in-
not be on that list.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Fired.
And last but not least, Captain, our Captain Aurelian, Colin. Ready your
Fired.
arrows, bud.
I'm gonna spend all my money on a new fucking crew. No. I'm Colin or Colonomicon on the internet. The only other stream I'm doing right now is Thursday nights on the Lost Caravan RPG, where I am playing Agent Magnolia in a game of Delta Green, who is so not this guy. Magnolia is a raving psychopath, so go check that out. It is the most piece of shit character I've ever played in my entire life, and it's actually been kind of fun. I'm used to like playing like the kind of more like I like to talk, so I tend to do more of the high charisma characters that are more chatters. This guy has like if in D&D terms he would have like 3 charisma. Like he is just he
Ooh.
cannot speak. He's seen some shit,
Yeah.
and he is an absolute asshole. And I also run a game company called Six String Games, which you can find at sixstringgames.com. That is number 6stringgames.com. And buy my games on itch, and I love you.
Yeah.
What the captain spends his money on, number one, he wasn't expecting this, but now he's got to splash out a bunch of fucking money to get a temporary doctor to cover for Doc Saluna while she's away. So we got to bring in some someone from the space temp agency to cover.
Yeah.
He's also going to spend a little bit of money. He's going to take the hint and spend a little money on some better food for him and Rala.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to spend. Just picture a man sitting in front of a claw machine with putting dollar after dollar after dollar after dollar until he finally wins that fucking stuffed pie jack that later on Rala finds in the engine room with a note pinned to it saying, "I'm sorry I didn't trust you."
Oh.
All right, Prism. How long did it take him?
I'll
Did
never
sabotage me.
tell.
I knew
it.
On that really wholesome note, thank you to my crew here. Y'all have been absolutely wonderful. I hope you watching have had an entertaining time watching these guys. Thank you again for donating. Voice of God, I know that I believe you're planning a raid. Who are we raiding?
Hello, yes, it is the voice of God here. We're rating Girls Run These Worlds because we stand that channel since most of us are now getting paid by them. But yeah, and just as I start this raid, a final note, thank you everyone. We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with some thirsty sword lesbians run by my friend Spence, Resident Moon. I will be running a Trimmers game, and we will wrap it up with some Monster of the Week. So really wonderful. Thank you all. Everybody wave, and we will see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Bye.